hard. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice.
A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Is live from Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. CACC conference football action. Well, on the CACC network at least, but NE10 conference football action. As this afternoon, the AIC Yellow Jackets out of Springfield, Massachusetts, are 3-6 on the season, 2-4 in the NE10. Travel down the. Well, I think they probably took 84 to get here to take on your post-university Eagles, who are 1-8 overall and 0-7 inside the NE10. A pleasant, cold November afternoon for you. I'm Jeff Nelson again, up in the broadcast center here at Municipal Stadium in the press box, where the Eagles will play their season finale, their home finale as well, and senior day here in Waterbury. But the Eagles come into this game not where they wanted to be when the season started, but on a current 8-game losing streak after winning their home opener and season opener long ago back in September against West Virginia Wesleyan. They've lost 8 in a row, including a 51-7 loss at the University of New Haven last week. Once again, Mr. Everything Josh Tracy had a 50-yard touchdown reception, 5 catches, 71 yards, and that touchdown. He's currently the league leader in the NE10 in scoring and second in receiving yards for the Eagles and across the NE10. Eagles looking to put everything together. They struggled in their last home game against Bentley in a 61-28 loss. They were down 20-0 before you knew what hit them, and 26-7 at the first quarter break. Fought valiantly in the second and third quarters, but unable to make up the gap and finally falling 61-28. For AIC, it's been a change in guard over the last couple of weeks. They were struggling as well on a lengthy losing streak, but have won 2 in a row. They won at pace 14-7 at the end of October. And last week on we'll call it a Hail Mary type of play, defeated Assumption at home 27-24. A 31-yard pass to Fatir Bell deep in the end zone as time was running out to get a victory out of the jaws of defeat. That gives them a 2-game winning streak, moves them to 3-6 overall and 2-4 in conference. The Eagles are going to look today to get that first conference win in program history, get their second ever home win all time. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they're going to finish last in the NE10 this season. They're 0-7, 2 games behind AIC, Pace, and Southern Connecticut, all of whom will have at least 2 conference wins. So the Eagles are in the cellar this year in their first season, but would like to get out of this season with a win in conference to set them up for seasons going forward. AIC is looking to win 3 in a row and continue to move up the NE10 standings. Not going to get close to the championship, but could end up in 6th place out of the 9-team NE10. They're tied with AIC with a 2-4. Tied with Pace for a 2-4 conference record overall. As this will be post last game, there are games that will take place next week in the NE10 to wrap up the regular season. Around the conference, big game today though. New Haven travels to St. A's. That game starts at 1 o'clock up in Manchester, New Hampshire. New Haven 5-1, St. A's 5-1. So can't tell you all of the tiebreakers specifically because there are teams with 2 losses, but sort of a de facto conference championship game. You'd think whoever wins that game was probably in line to win the conference championship, but I'm not going to be naive enough to tell you all the tie-breaking scenarios with 1 week to play beyond this. So we're going to get ready for the teams to take the field momentarily. In the interim, before we get to the starting lineups, let's break down our seniors here for Senior Day who were announced to the crowd a short time ago. So the post-university football team would like to honor Jaquin Wembley. Been on the team for 2 seasons and a solid player for the Eagles, a defensive back, 6'1", 185 out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Dre Yeldell, a wide receiver, 6'2", 180 out of Waterbury, Connecticut, a local kid who is playing his last football game for the Eagles today. Tyke Rhineberry, a wide receiver, 6', 180 out of Somerset, New Jersey. Sean Bernard, a cornerback, 5'11", 150 out of Rochester, New York. Anthony Gambino has done a little bit of everything for the Eagles over the last couple of weeks. Wide receiver, 6'2", out of Manorville, New York. Nick Moose, the captain on the offensive line, the center. His last home game and last game with the Eagles today, number 52, 6', 260 out of Milford, New Jersey. Jalen Kelly, defensive lineman, 5'10", 230 out of Naugatuck, Connecticut, another local kid playing his last home game here on Senior Day. Gunnar Horton, a backup offensive lineman, 5'10", 270 out of East Haven, Connecticut. Trey Pinckney, one of the stars for the Eagles on the offensive line, who plays right guard, 6'5", 300 out of Rahway, New Jersey. And Toriel Dale, wide receiver, 6'2", 220 out of Windsor, Connecticut. Round out the 10 seniors who are playing their final game for the Eagles today and leaving the program on the graduate route. We wish all of them well into their given futures, whatever that may be, for the Eagles here on Senior Day up at Waterbury this afternoon. Starting lineups brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post's degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. Go to post.edu. That's post.edu. For the visitors from AIC, the Yellow Jackets up in Springfield, Connecticut, their quarterback is Connor Dietz, 6'3" freshman out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Connor is 29 for 65 on the season, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. for the Yellow Jackets. His running back is Siddiqui Cone, 6'2", out of the Bronx, New York. 3 wide receivers for Tier Bell, who caught the game-winning touchdown last week, 6'2", 180 out of Hillside, New Jersey. Scooby Hicks, senior, 5'11", 190 out of North Brunswick, New Jersey. And Brian LaFrance, 5'11", 175 out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Tight end is Devin Arthur, 6'4", 230 out of North Bergen, New Jersey. The fullback is Marcus Thurston. We don't see a ton of fullbacks in the NE10. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 210 out of Pembroke, Massachusetts. Offensive line, left tackle is James Delva, freshman, 6'5", 291 out of Piscataway, New Jersey. The left guard is Jeffrey Miller, 6'3", 325 out of Meriden, Connecticut. The center is DJ Nesmith, sophomore, 6'2", 275 out of Union, New Jersey. The right guard is Devin Kinsey, freshman, 6'4", 295 out of Roosevelt, New York. And right tackle is Trumaine Guy, graduate student, offensive tackle, 6'5", 305 from Braintree, Massachusetts. So a very young offensive line for AIC. Their head coach is the interim head coach, Dan Chipka. In his first season, he's an interim coach technically at the moment. His record is 3-6. For your Eagles, quarterback is Malachi Taylor, the junior out of Harlem, New York, 6'1", 185. Taylor on the season, 94 for 213, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 1,494 yards on the season. Running back is Isaiah Manuel, 5'10", 185 out of Providence, New York. Isaiah has 791 yards on the season and 9 touchdowns. That's currently second in the NE10. Mr. Everything Josh Tracy, junior wide receiver, 5'9", 165 out of Avon, Connecticut. Again, leads the NE10 in points scored, is first in touchdowns, second in receiving yards. Jermaine Tillery, wide receiver, 5'10", 188 out of Trenton, New Jersey. Anthony Gambino, senior day representative, graduate student, 6'2", 205 out of Manorville, New York. And Rashawn Mitchell, freshman, 6'2", 209 out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. Tight end is Ethan Brown, 6'3", 235 out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the offensive line, Gio Rivera, junior, is a junior offensive line, 6'6", 265 out of the Bronx. Reese Hadika, one of our seniors, 6'5", 250 out of Fairhaven, Vermont, plays left guard. Nick Moose, the center and captain, 6', 260 out of Milford, New Jersey. Trey Pinckney, the right guard, senior, 6'5", 300 out of Rahway, New Jersey. And Colby Lorson Rice, 6'1", 255 junior out of Lawrence, Massachusetts. The head coach in season number 3 at Division II is Adam Schultz. Those are your starting lineups. We're waiting for the teams to take the field in our national anthem here this afternoon in chilly Waterbury for the season finale for the Eagles, the second to last game of the season for AIC. They will host a home game next week against Southern Connecticut up in Springfield at 1 o'clock. That'll be next weekend as the Eagles will play their last game here today. Busy sports day around campus for Post. A lot of different events going on. We'll get to that throughout the day and at halftime. Getting ready for the national anthems to begin. And not ready for that at the moment, but getting very close. As I mentioned, busy day here and around campus and around the conferences. Women's volleyball is at Georgian Court. That game has just gotten underway down in Lakewood, New Jersey. Women's ice hockey is at St. A's, 3 p.m. up in Manchester, New Hampshire. Men's ice hockey is at the Louis Astorino Arena for Game 2 of their 2-game set against St. Mike's. That's at 4 o'clock after the tough 4-2 loss yesterday. And women's basketball is at St. Mike's, 7 p.m. up in Colchester, Vermont. All of those games on the CACC network. And now our national anthem. our national anthem here before a decent-sized crowd for mid-November football game up here in Waterbury. We thank you for joining us wherever you are here on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. And we appreciate all your support this season. We appreciate the texts and emails and all of the commentary we've gotten either through the YouTube.com commentary section or just emails and text messages into the broadcast center. We appreciate all of you listening to us and providing any information you can throughout the season. So thank you for joining us throughout the football season. Obviously, a lot of other sporting events going on. You can find me on the men's hockey side after today. And if you were listening yesterday, you could find me there yesterday. But men's hockey will play at 4 o'clock today after this game is over. 2 different locations, as that game is obviously in Hamden today. So we wait the teams to take the field here. And the captains come out for the coin toss. Again, the final time for 10 seniors here in the post-university program. We thank them all for their service. Jaquin Wembley, Dre Yeldell, Tyke Ryanberry, Sean Bernard, Anthony Gambino, Nick Moose, Jalen Kelly, Gunnar Horton, Trey Pinkney, Reese Hidika, and Toriel Dale. Eagles looking for their first home win in program history, looking for a better start in a home game than they had the last time they were here. As we mentioned, they played Bentley, and if you got here 5 minutes late, they were already down 3 touchdowns just on a block punt and a couple of turnovers. Eagles didn't know what hit them. Played a decent second quarter and a decent third quarter, somewhat even, but then Bentley sort of took control in the late third and fourth quarter, and that game got out of hand. 61-28 was the last home game. They've played well at home for the most part this season. Again, they won the first game 41-24. They lost the pace by 2, 23-21. They lost to Southern Connecticut 31-27 and then got blown out by Bentley 2 weeks ago. So 3 of the 4 home games, a win, 2 within a possession, and then the Bentley game. So 3 of those 4 games they've played really well here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. That's something to say about how the program is playing at home. Still struggling on the road. Obviously, the Hail Mary loss at Lake Erie in game number 2. Otherwise, on the road, haven't been as successful. But that'll come as the program continues to build, year 4 being next year, as Coach Adam Schultz continues to build this roster and develop the depth needed to really compete at the NE10 level and the Division II level. And sometimes it's hard to forget throughout the struggles that this program is really in year 3 of its existence. This wasn't even a program until 3 years ago. So building a program, having the experienced offensive line that they have, and now taking that into another year 4, finding a player like a Josh Tracy and having a quarterback like a Malachi Taylor and a running back like an Isaiah Manuel will continue to build this program for years to come as they take the next steps forward next season. And being in a conference like the NE10, a quality conference, again, will attract the type of quality players you need to compete. And that's what the Eagles will look to do throughout the offseason and into the 2025 football season. Hard to believe that next season is the 2025 football season. AIC is taking the field. They're in their road whites with a black and yellow helmets, black and yellow lettering, white pants. Eagles will be in their home grays as soon as they come out. We'll get the coin flip, and we'll get the kickoff underway here in Waterbury this afternoon. Weather today is, well, if you're listening to us anywhere in the Northeast, you know it hasn't rained here in about 6 months. Kidding, but at least it feels like 3 to 4 weeks at least where we haven't had any sizable rain, and that'll be another day today. We've had a whole football season of dry weather, which from a football playing perspective is excellent. The sunny, not a cloud in the sky, temperature 50 degrees. The issue is going to be the wind, 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusts of 25 coming out of the north-northwest. What that means for you if you're watching us is that it's essentially blowing from the AIC sideline directly into the camera that you're watching through the post sideline. So a couple of weeks ago we had wind and it was blowing across the field from end zone to end zone. Today it's blowing from the far sideline to the near sideline, so it's basically blowing directly into the camera at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, so right across the field, which will make field goal kicking interesting because the wind will be swirling in that direction. If you can see the flags throughout the game, they're currently just swirling on top of the goalposts, but with gusts of up to 25 miles an hour. We'll see how that plays out throughout the game in regards to strategy and anything else. But a cold and chilly day. Real feel the temperature 42 degrees with a technical temperature of 50. Here come the Eagle captains out for the coin toss today. Josh Tracy, Anthony Gambino, Egan Nelms, Jaquin Wembley, and Isaiah Emanuel, the Eagle captains for AIC. Their captains are Cephas Williams, their normal starting quarterback who is out injured today, Siddiqui Cone, Benjamin Lazo, and Sean Bell are the AIC captains. They meet at midfield for today's coin toss. AIC has won the toss. AIC is going to receive the opening kickoff. They won the coin toss. In the opening kickoff, the Eagles will go left to right. AIC will go right to left as here we go. The final home game of the season for your post-University Eagles. Final football game of the season for your post-Eagles. 1-8 overall, 0-7 in the NE10. Looking for their first ever conference victory. AIC on a 2-game winning streak. 3-6 overall, 2-4 in conference. As the Eagles look to end their first NE10 season with a victory. Would bookend the regular season schedule with wins if they can win today. They won their season opener against West Virginia Wesleyan 41-24. And if they can win today, they'll bookend both ends of that schedule with victories and give them something to look forward to. Will double their win total from the season before. Again, in year 3, incremental steps if they can win today. 0 wins in year 1, 1 win last year. And if they win today, they get their second win. AIC looking for a 3-game winning streak before hosting Southern Connecticut in their season finale next week. Aiden Kane comes out for the Eagles. They'll go left to right as you look at your screen. They're in their gray uniforms with purple and orange helmets. AIC, as I mentioned, in their white uniforms with the black and yellow helmets. Back to receive is Scooby Hicks. And number 22, Judah Varfley, standing at their own 5 currently. Again, wind blowing directly into the camera, 10 to 15 miles an hour, so across the field versus goalpost to goalpost. Football time here in Connecticut. We thank you for joining us wherever you are across the country, on campus, around the world, or wherever you are this afternoon on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Big kick for Aiden Kane. It goes into the end zone. That's a touchback. It didn't even touch the ground until after it went out of the end zone. Nice kick there for Aiden Kane. That's his 5th touchback of the season. So the Yellow Jackets will start 1st and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback today is Connor Dietz. 29 for 65 on the season, 275 yards. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's in replacing the typical starter, Cephas Williams, who's out with an injury. Ball on the near hash. 1st and 10. He's got running backs to either side of him. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver short side left. He hands off to the running back, who gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1. They'll give him actually right back to the line of scrimmage. Handed off to Siddiqui Cone, who got nowhere. And on the first play, the Eagles make a good stop. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Good job by Jalen Kelly and the rest of the defensive line to stop Cone on his opening run. Cone on the season has 88 rushes for 409 yards and 5 touchdowns, but didn't get anything there. Now they'll go empty backfield with 2 receivers to the right, trips to the left, ball in the middle of the field. Running back in motion, a slant over here into the flat area. It's caught, and maybe a gain of 4 for Jade Foxworth, 5'8", 185 out of Far Rockaway, New York. So, excuse me, it's Judah Foxworth who makes the catch. Give him 5, so we'll call it third and about 4.5. Ball at the 31-yard line. They need 35 for a first down for Foxworth, his 6th catch of the season. Trips to the far side right this time. Single receiver to the left. Running back next to him. Quarterback in the shotgun. Dietz fakes the handoff on the quarterback draw. He goes around the blitzing player. Throws it into the flat. It's caught. That'll be a first down. Up to the 45, 50. He breaks a couple of tackles. 40, 35. He gets around another tackle. Gets pulled to the ground and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. No flag. Great play by Dietz to get away from the blitzing defensive end who was in the backfield. Then he ran out to the right and threw the ball to Scooby Hicks out in the flat. And he was able to break several tackles before finally getting pushed and knocked down out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A great play there. 45 yards for Scooby Hicks on 3rd and 4. Single receiver right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield, and a flag for what probably is a false start. Legal substitution, actually. A late player was running off for AIC, so a 5-yard penalty on AIC for an illegal substitution will push them back 5 yards and make it 1st and 15. But credit to Connor Dietz on the 3rd down play. He avoided the blitzing lineman, escaped, ran up right to the line of scrimmage and hit Scooby Hicks in the flat for 45 yards. 1st and 15, ball at the 29. Snap. Dietz looks right, now rolls out right, escapes the first and now throws it, and it is incomplete. Looking for Foxworth again. So Dietz, a bit of a scrambling type of quarterback. Again, doesn't have a great throwing percentage, under 45% coming into the game. But he does have 220 yards rushing as a quarterback, so he's somebody who's going to be mobile in the pocket and look to use his legs. 3 touchdowns, 220 yards on 55 carries for the quarterback Dietz. So the Eagles have to be leery of that and have a spy in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 in the backfield, running backs. Hands off to Cone, breaks to the first level, and then is taken down at about the 24-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll make it 3rd and we'll call it 10 there, as Siddiqui Cone gained 5. So 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line. They need just past the 15. They got to go over the 15. So call it about 10.5 on 3rd down here for the Eagles, who on the last 3rd down gave up a 45-yard play. But the Eagles can at least force a 4th down if they make a stop here. 2 receivers on both sides. Ball in the middle of the field. Running back is Cone next to Dietz on the right side. Snap. Dietz hands the ball off to Cone. He's got a big hole. Might get to that 15-yard line, and he does. He's probably about a yard short. Call it a half-yard short, as Cone got 10 on the 3rd down run. 4th and 1 at the 15-yard line, and almost assuredly AIC is going to go for it here. They need called close to a full yard. As the ball's on the other side of the 15, they need to get just short of the 14 for the first down. So 4th and 1. Single receiver on the left. 2 running backs, including a fullback in the formation. Low snap, fakes hands off the Cone. Dietz will take it. He'll get the first down easily, get to the 10, into the 5, spins towards the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, Connor Dietz. And then a flag after the play. I think that's after the play, but Connor Dietz on the quarterback keeper faked the handoff on the counter to Cone. And again, we talked about it a moment ago. He's a runner, and he took off tackle on the right side, had a gigantic hole, and forced his way into the end zone. Let's see what the penalty flag is. It came after he crossed the goal line, so let's see what that was.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul, face mask, defense, number 3. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Try.
So a touchdown for Connor Dietz on the ground, his 5th of the season. And now the place kicker is Santana Fonseca, 5'11", out of Sayreville, New Jersey. He will take the extra point. High snap, got it down. Kick is up, and it is good. Good job by the holder, Jason Levin, as long snappers Devin Arthur to tight end. But Santana Fonseca with the extra point. It is good, and it's 7-0 AIC with 10:50 to go in the first quarter. So the Eagles got a couple of third downs. Defensively on AIC, even had a 4th down, but on the 4th down and 1 from the 15, it was Connor Dietz, who used his legs on a 15-yard run. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season, and AIC takes a 7-0 lead. And because of the 15-yard personal foul face mask penalty, will kick off from the 50-yard line. Fonseca will kick it from the 50. He pops it up, so it's going to be short. Josh Tracy will take it at the 5. Spins away from the first tackler and then is taken down at the 12. So good idea by Fonseca. Popped it up in the air, made them catch it inside the playing surface versus letting it bounce in the end zone. And instead of the ball being at the 25, the ball is at the 12. Call it the 13 technically. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles, their first offensive possession at the 13-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 13 for the Eagles.
Pistol formation as Taylor has Emmanuel behind him. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the far side left on 1st and 10. Fake the handoff to Emmanuel and a throw out to the wide receiver. Is that Josh Tracy? It was. He made the catch, but it was dangerously thrown and almost picked off. Good defensive play there by Chris Chasia, 6', 225 linebacker out of Montclair, New Jersey. Almost picked off on a dangerous wide receiver screen. Good thing Tracy actually didn't catch it. So 2nd and 10 from the 14. Trip receivers right. Single receiver, that's Josh Tracy, to the left. Emmanuel still behind Taylor in the pistol. Snap, handoff to Emmanuel this time. Nope, Taylor actually kept the ball. He breaks off tackle, and he is close to a 1st down. See where they officially spot him. He's close. And they're going to call it a 1st down, so a 10-yard run from Malachi Taylor. Good job there. Doesn't do a ton of running, but in that case did there. And Taylor, who's rushed for 104 yards on the season, gets 10 yards there and gets the Eagles a 1st down at the 24-yard line. Good play there. Very similar to the touchdown that AIC scored. Same type of play, actually. And 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Fakes the jet sweep, instead hands it off up the middle to Emmanuel, who will get maybe 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the, call it 9, at the just over the 25-yard line. Eagles need the 34 for a 1st down. So call it 2nd and 9 on a handoff to Emmanuel. A lot of motion there as they looked to fake the jet sweep and then ended up handing off to Emmanuel. Trip receivers to the left, no receivers to the right. Emmanuel in the pistol behind Taylor. Handoff to Emmanuel, who goes off the right tackle, breaks through 1 tackle but won't break through the 2nd, gains maybe another yard or 2. Call it the 27, 3rd and 7 for the Eagles from the 27-yard line. Like I said, they need the 34 for a first down. So 3rd and 7. Eagles have 1 first down on this drive, trailing 7-0, midway through quarter number 1. Twin receivers far side left, single receiver right, 2 running backs in the backfield. Adonis White joins Emmanuel, and they flank Taylor on either side. Snap to Taylor. Looks left. Throws left. Has Tracy. It's caught at the 45, and he's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. And as we say, Mr. Everything, touchdown, Josh Tracy, as he goes 73 yards to the nest for the 11th time this season. Josh Tracy, over 800 yards receiving this season. For Malachi Taylor, his 14th touchdown. And Josh Tracy has done it again, his 11th touchdown of the season, 73 yards. And the Eagles are 1 point away from tying this game as Aiden Kane is back to kick the extra point. Snap is up, and it is good. Almost blocked, but 7-7. So the Eagles come right back on a 73-yard touchdown pass to Josh Tracy. He hit him at the 45, and he was gone as he has single coverage on the left side. And Josh Tracy's 11th touchdown catch of the season. For Malachi Taylor, his 14th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles get right back into it, tie the game at 7. Nicely done there by the Eagles. On 3rd and 7, they expose the AIC defense, same way AIC exposed the Eagle defense on the 3rd down on their series. And the Eagles have tied the game at 7 with 8:30 to go in the first quarter. So Kane will kick from the 35-yard line. Scooby Hicks back to receive, along with Judah Varfley. Both standing at their 5. Aiden Kane's first kick went into the end zone for a touchback. So 4 plays, 88 yards for the Eagles, and a 73-yard touchdown catch by Josh Tracy. So Scooby Hicks will take it on the goal line, running up the middle, gets to the 5, 10, 15. He gets hit by the first man, tries to bounce off, gets back to the 16, and is taken down there by 51, Joey Poland, 5'11", 195 freshman out of Burlington, Mass. He led the group of Eagles tackling on special teams. 1st and 10 at the 16 for AIC, who scored on their last drive, a 15-yard run by quarterback Connor Dietz. And they converted on a 3rd down and a 4th down on that drive.
1st and 10 from the 16 for the Yellow Jackets.
So 7-7, 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Both teams score on their opening possession. Hand off to Hicks. He maybe gets call it a yard. He gets out to the 17 before he's dragged down. Excuse me, that's Siddiqui Cone, not Scooby Hicks. Siddiqui Cone, who gained the yard. Tackled by Amir Johnson, 6'3", 230 senior out of Neptune, New Jersey. So 2nd and 9 from the 17. Very young offensive line for AIC. They go with a very tight bunch formation, 2 receivers to the left. Now they move a tight end to the right and the fullback. Cone next to Dietz. Dietz keeps the ball on the quarterback keeper. He tries to get around the tackler. He does and will gain close to 8. Might have gotten the first down. Let's see where they officially mark him. He needed the 36. Let's see where they mark him. That should be enough for a first down, and it is. They mark him at the 37. So 1st and 10 on the 10-yard run from Connor Dietz. Avoided the tackle with a nice block of Jalen Russell, as Russell had him and then got blocked, and he was able to get around him and get the first down. So a run of 11. Okay, actually call it 10 for Dietz, who so far has 25 yards on the ground himself. Single receiver right, single to the left. Fakes the handoff. Dietz rolls out to the right, looking to throw. He will throw. It's caught at the 30, and he's taken down to the 32-yard line. That's Omari Hutchinson, 6'1", 180 out of West Orange, New Jersey, who made the catch at the 32, but at the gain of 6. Before being taken down by Jaquin Wembley. But gain of 6 on the throw from Dietz, and that's the thing the Eagles have to keep an eye on is clearly that Dietz has the legs, so he's going to scramble and he can throw at times. So twin receivers left, twin receivers right. Running back is Cone in the backfield next to Dietz. Dietz back to pass, looks over the middle, now scrambles to the left, being chased by Johnson. He will get to the 32 and out of bounds. Good job by Amir Johnson not to leave his protection and get faked out. So a gain of 1 for Dietz. It makes it 3rd and 4 at the 32-yard line. They need the 37, so I should call it 4. 33-yard line is where the ball is. They need the 37. So they need 4 yards, 3rd and 4. 1 for 2 on third downs today. They didn't make the third down at the other end, which created the 4th and 1. Single receiver, short side left, twin receivers right, 2 running backs in the backfield. He hands the ball off to Cone, who will get the first down, just gets over the 37, got to the 38, a gain of 5. As Dietz held that ball for a long time before finally putting it into the belly of Cone, and Cone took it and got the first down. 5-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. AIC's second possession of the game, 7-7, as both teams have scored on their opening possession. This is AIC's second of the game. Single receiver right, single receiver left, 2 running backs, tight end in the formation on the left. Snap is high. It's caught, given to Cone. He goes up the middle and will keep dragging the pile for finally taken down after a gain of 6. Too much trying to reach the ball and not enough trying to tackle Cone, who used that 6-foot, 210-pound frame to gain officially 7. Amongst the Eagle tacklers was Rashawn McNeil, 6'2", 212, out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. So 2nd and 3 on the good run by Cone. Tighter formation with 1 receiver left and 2 to the right. Snap. Hands off to Cone, tries to go off tackle to the right. He gets the first down and more. He's at the 40, gets to the 35 before finally being taken down by Rashawn McNeil, but gained 15. Should call it 20 at the brought down to the 34-yard line inside Eagle territory. For the second time today are the Yellow Jackets. A lot of motion, a lot of misdirection by this AIC offense, and it helps when you have a quarterback like Dietz who's not afraid to run the ball. 1 single receiver to the left on the far side. Hicks in the back, Cone in the backfield next to Dietz. Dietz spins away after faking the handoff. He's rolling out to the far side left, trying to get around Johnson. He does, and then he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of maybe 3. Let's see where they officially mark him. They put him at the 30. It's a gain of 4. And officially a gain of 4. So 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard scramble. Ball was on the far hash. He faked the handoff to Cone and then spun wide all the way back to the near side. Ran probably about 25 yards to gain that 4. But a gain of 4 and 2nd and 6. Cone to Dietz's right. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right in the shotgun. Now Cone switches positions from right to left. Snap to Dietz, who looks left, scrambles, doesn't stay in the pocket long, now moves to the left, and now he's going to run again, and will get pushed out of bounds close to the 25. I think he's a yard short of the first down, and he is. So another run by Dietz, and it's 3rd and 1, and that's one thing you've seen early on, is if he doesn't see that first receiver, he's taken off. As soon as that first receiver is covered, so far he's taken off. And similar on that play, he looked over the middle, didn't see the person he was looking for, and scrambled for 5 more. 3rd and 1, assuredly 4-down territory, so the Eagles are going to have to make 2 stops here if they can get off the field. Twin receivers on both sides. Cone next to Dietz on his left. Snaps, throws right, looks left, throws on the wide receiver screen. He hits the wide receiver screen. That should be enough for a first down, but there is a flag. Might be illegal formation. Let's see. as the wide receiver screen was thrown and caught by Zach Lowry. But let's see who the flag is on. So apparently there's no foul on the play, so that should be a first down. Oh, no, let's see. Nope, 4th and 1, I'm sorry.
4th and 1 for the Yellow Jackets.
So confusion amongst the officials, among everything else. I thought that ball was caught. AIC saying that ball was caught, but maybe it was dropped. But now all the officials are talking after the penalty flag was picked up. Let's see, all the officials talking right on the 35-yard line. See if the official makes some kind of verbal call to us. Now out talking to AIC interim coach Dan Chipka. And now we're going backwards. So let's see.
Ineligible downfield player, offense, number 72, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down. The game clock will start on my signal.
So that's one of the odder plays that I've seen this season. They threw the flag, they picked it up, then they met again, and they called a 5-yard penalty. Typically, when you pick up the flag, you don't then give them 5-yard penalty, but that's what happened there, and not sure that's correct for AIC, but ultimately a break for the Eagles, as now it's 3rd and 6 at the 30. So twin receivers right, single receiver left. Dietz has 2 running backs now, moving one in motion. Dietz scrambles away, looks for a receiver. He's got Cone and dragged down 3 yards short of a first down. That'll lead to 4th down, and again, assuredly almost going for it on 4th down. As 4th and 3 for AIC. The ball at the 33-yard line, close to the 32. They need the other side of the 30 for a first down. As time continues to tick away here in the first quarter, the second possession for AIC in their second 4th down. They had one on the last drive, but that converted to the touchdown. 4th and 3, Dietz in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes it to Cone, rolls out left, has a receiver, and it's dropped, and the Eagles will get off the field as he tried to throw a quick little pass to 4 Scooby Hicks, 5'11", 190 out of North Brunswick, New Jersey. Hit him in the hands, but Hicks dropped it. And a break for the Eagles. Not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker as there was a defender there. But without making the catch, he has no chance to get to the first down. And the Eagles get off the field with a defensive stand and a break on a controversial illegal man downfield penalty because they picked up the flag and then put it back out. So the Eagles will start their second possession. Their last one ended with a 73-yard touchdown pass to Josh Tracy. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Snap to Taylor, hands to Emmanuel, goes up the middle, breaks the tackle, gets over the 30, and taken down at the 31-yard line for a gain of 3. 2nd and, mark it 32. Between the 31 and the 32, so give him about 3.5. 2nd and call it 7 from the 31. 2 receivers short side left, 2 receivers far side right. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. On 2nd and 7. Snap. Taylor looks left, throws left, has a receiver. It is over the head of Dre Yeldell, one of the graduating seniors here for the Eagles. Had him on the slant initially, and as Yeldell kept running, the safety managed to come over and tough throw, threw it over his head, which avoided any kind of interception. Same setup, but Emmanuel to Taylor's right this time. Snap to Taylor, fakes to Emmanuel, wide receiver screen, but broken up before it could even get to Josh Tracy. As a solid defensive play there by 99, Nevin Earl, 6'1", 260 out of Patterson, New Jersey. He got his hands up and blocked the ball as the Eagles tried a wide receiver screen, and this time they go 3 and out on their second possession. So both teams score on their first possession. Both teams unable to convert anything on their second possession. AIC went out on a 4th down. The Eagles will punt with Aiden Kane standing on his 15-yard line. And Siddiqui Cone, I believe, standing on the 30-yard line of AIC. AIC looking to block the punt, gets it off. Good kick by Kane. It's going to bounce at the 30, go to the 20, then caught at the 15, trying to avoid a tackler. He avoids one, gets to the 20, 25, then taken down at the 22-yard line was 18, Amin Hanks. He was back to receive the punt. Amin Hanks, 6 foot 195 out of North Plainfield, New Jersey. There's a player down for AIC and a flag at the 35-yard line. Let's see what this call is. Good job by Kane, though, to avoid the rush. He got a medium-sized line drive kick that bounced. But let's see if there is see what the penalty flag is. Flag at the 35. He's looking at Coach Schultz, so it's clearly going to be on AIC, I would gather. But waiting for the call. So far, officials have struggled a little bit making calls.
Illegal formation, defense, lined up over the snapper. That field is being declined. Take the result of the play. AIC first down.
So Eagles decline on a defensive illegal formation.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their 23-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 23 for AIC on their third possession. Ball to 23. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, so this might be the last play. 2 receivers right. Tight end left. Low snap, picked up by Dietz, handed off to the running back, who goes off tackle right. There's a flag, probably for holding, as 22, Judah Varfly, takes the run after the low snap, but there's a holding penalty on AIC, so that'll push him back 10 yards, as the Eagles will accept that after a gain of 1 and pushes AIC back. So 1st and 20, after the holding penalty. That all was caused by the low snap by the center, DJ Nesmith. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score, AIC 7, Post 7. We'll come back in 1 minute with a quick break. You're listening and watching to Post University Football on the CACC Network and youtube.com/Go Post Eagles.
Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised.
Kane approaches the ball, kicks the ball on the ground, a ground ball with a pop-up taken by the up man at the 25-yard line. Gets close to the 35 before he's brought down. That was 32. Marcus Thurston, 6 foot 210 sophomore out of Pembroke, Massachusetts, who took the ground ball kick by Aiden Kane. Never got back to Scooby Hicks or Varfley. So AIC will take possession again early in the second quarter, trailing 14-7 for the first time today after their last possession, which resulted in a fumble by Connor Dietz. One receiver on either side, running back next to Dietz in the shotgun. Snap to Dietz. He looks left, still looking left, now scrambling left. Going to keep it and then just throws it out of bounds with a sort of a push pass. Wasn't going to get any yardage on the scramble, so instead just threw it out of bounds. Beyond the line of scrimmage, so no concerns about the grounding, and he was also outside the pocket. So 2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball still at the 34. Trips to the right, twin receivers to the left. All alone in the shotgun is Dietz. Got to watch the quarterback draw. Fakes the jet sweep, fakes the handoff. Now he goes right up the middle on the quarterback draw. Spins away from a couple of tacklers, but he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. As you can see that setup with the quarterback draw, he wanted to open up the field. Ball was right in the middle of the field, wanted to find a lane between his offensive linemen. Gains about 4, so it'll be 3rd and 6 on the quarterback draw, as several Eagles bring him down, including Zachary Jones amongst the group of Eagles in there to make the tackle. So 3rd and 6. Eagles have gotten off the field on a 4th down and then a turnover so far. Single receiver left, twin receivers to the right. Running back is Cone, who's switched from right to left with Dietz in the shotgun. Now he goes back to the left. Now he goes in motion. Dietz back to pass over the middle, throws it short. It popped up in the air and it was almost picked off. Almost picked off by Antoine Weldon, as that ball dangerously popped up in the air and it went through Weldon's hands. But the Eagles will get off the field again on 4th down, as good job by the Eagle D on 3rd down. Walden almost had the pick, might have had a pick 6, but instead a punt upcoming by Santana Fonseca, standing at his own 22, and Adonis White will receive standing at his own 20. Eagles show rush on this punt, and they're coming right for him, and he just gets the ball off, does Fonseca. It's going to be short. It lands at the 30, 35, and he tries to pick it up. It goes off of him. He's got to touch it. White ends up picking it up at the 12, and then he's brought down there. I don't know if it went off the AIC player first. That's going to be a major change in field position, though, if it did. The umpire standing at the 24-yard line. He's saying it might have touched an AIC player there, and if it did, that's where the ball will be. And once it touches the AIC player, you can pick it up basically without any concern of fumble or turnover. But that all kind of happened at the same time, so a break for the Eagles. They get 12 yards back because the umpire is saying the ball touched the AIC player. So instead of the ball at the 12, the Eagles will get the ball at the 24. 1st and 10 with trip receivers right. Emmanuel in the backfield takes the handoff, and he fumbles it, then has to pick it back up at the 15 and is brought down, so that's going to be a loss of 9. As the handoff went to Emmanuel, he fumbled it, picked it right back up, but by that time, several AIC players were in the backfield preparing to tackle him, led by Tyson Thornton, amongst a group of several. Eric Jennings in there as well for AIC. So 2nd and 19 at the 14 as 16 as the Eagles have gone backwards. Snap to Taylor in the shotgun. Steps up into the middle. He will avoid the first hit and gets taken down for the sack, a 3-yard loss. And that'll make it 3rd and a lot. Michael Grant with the sack, the 6'3", 230 junior out of Hackensack, New Jersey. 3rd and 22 for the Eagles, have gone backwards on this possession. Empty backfield for Taylor with twin receivers left, twin receivers right. Brown, the tight end, moving from left to right. Taylor looking over the defense, takes the snap in the shotgun, looks over the middle, holds, gets around one set of defenders, is now scrambling, will throw it into a pile, and it's caught. Although it looked like it hit the ground. We don't have replay at this level. Josh Tracy says he made the catch. I just don't know. From my perspective, and it's right sort of where we're standing, it looked like it did bounce before he caught it. The official says the same thing, so it's an incompletion. A great play by Tracy, by the way, who was on his stomach, and a dangerous throw by Taylor through 4 defenders. But from my perspective, it looked like it hit the ground and an incompletion, and the officials made that call anyway. So Kane will punt from his goal line. On the 50-yard line is Hanks to return. Snap to Kane, gets the kick off. That's a solid kick. It's going to land at the 50 and bounce into Yellow Jacket territory at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 is where AIC will start, trailing 14-7. Just back to the last throw. A great throw by Taylor. Got it through a maze of Yellow Jackets. Tracy was already on the ground, so he wasn't even diving. He was just on the ground. He made what looked like the catch. From my perspective, it looked like it hit the ground. Again, the officials call it the same way. Coach Adam Schultz not happy. Josh Tracy wasn't happy. But my opinion is I thought it hit the ground. Either way, that was the call. Eagles punt, and now AIC has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 45. Twin receivers on both sides, ball on the near hash mark. Running back is Cone next to Dietz. Eagles show blitz, then back off. Dietz takes a head and is fumbled again! And the Eagles, I think, might have gotten it again. Let's see. Rashawn McNeil was in there. Let's see. And the Eagles get it again. The Eagles get the fumble. It was Zachary Jones, actually, who got in there. McNeil was in there as well, but Jones came up with the ball. Another bad snap dropped by Dietz, his 2nd fumble of the quarter. And the Eagles get the ball right back on a fumble by AIC, their 2nd turnover of the game. And the Eagles will have 1st and 10 in Yellow Jacket territory. Ball at the 41-yard line. So another break for the Eagles on the fumble by Dietz, his 2nd of the quarter. And the Eagles get the ball right back. They'll go trips receivers right. Single receiver, that's Mr. Everything, to the left. And Isaiah Emanuel, the running back, in the shotgun. Taylor takes the ball, looks left, throws it up the middle. It is dropped by Gambino at the 35-yard line. Throw is a little behind him. Clearly, AIC has sort of figured out Josh Kelly's the primary target, as they had 2 defensive backs on him as the Eagles were looking for the throw deep down the field, but they had a safety and a cornerback on Josh Tracy that time. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Emmanuel in the pistol this time behind Taylor. Snap high. Taylor takes it, gives it to Emmanuel. Go up the middle. He found a crease between the center and the guard. And give him 4, maybe 5. Give him 5. 3rd and 5 in no man's land. The ball at the 36-yard line. Almost 4 down territory here. As ball in Division II football no man's land. Too far for a field goal kicker. Too short for a punt. So 3rd and 5 for the Eagles at the 36-yard line. Emmanuel back in the pistol. Same formation with Josh Tracy on the left. Snap. Fakes it to Emmanuel, and this time Taylor will take it off tackle on the quarterback keeper. He will get the 1st down as he got to the 30-yard line. Nicely done by Malachi Taylor, showing more leg running today than he has throughout most of the season. Usually his leg running is because he's getting blitzed and escaping pressure. This time he's aggressively running the ball. Quarterback keeper off tackle, and the Eagles have a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of AIC. Trip receivers right. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. Snap, high, caught by Taylor, looks over the middle, throws it deep to the left. He's got Brown, but he overthrows him. Ethan Brown was the sole receiver on the left side in the bunch tight end formation. He was wide open down the left sideline toward the end zone, but Taylor overthrew him. And 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Brown, who has 3 receptions on the season, that would have been his longest by far and tripled his yardage if he had made that catch. But instead it's 2nd and 10 from the 29. They'll go twin receivers short side left, twin receivers to the right. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. Jet sweep. Taken, stopped, gets to the 30. Flag is down and dragged to the ground is Jermaine Tillery, who took the jet sweep. It looked like he was almost going to throw like a wide receiver option because he stopped and thought he might going to throw it. But instead he kept going. But there's going to be a holding penalty. Might be on Anthony Gambino. Let's see who they're going to call this one on. And they will decline the penalty. So 3rd and 13 for the Eagles after the 3-yard loss on the jet sweep. And it's 3rd and 13. So twin receivers both sides. Emmanuel in the shotgun. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun left. Snap to Taylor. Looks left. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it in the middle, and it is No, it was dropped. No, it was intercepted. It went off of Josh Tracy, who was open but thrown behind him. It was intercepted. And then there's a penalty flag, I think, for taunting, but intercepted by Josiah Narcisse, the 6', 210 defensive back out of Brooklyn, New York. He made the interception as the ball went off of Taylor. But then Asin Jacobs commits a personal foul taunting. So they intercept the ball, and then they'll be pushed back half the distance to the goal for waving at the Eagle bench. Not sure why you would need to taunt when you're trailing 14-7. And yes, you made a nice interception, but not really sure why you would do that. So 1st and 10 from the 4 in AIC territory off the interception by Taylor. For Taylor, that was his 10th interception of the season. So now the Eagles will need to play some defense. 1st and 10, single receivers on both sides. Snap to Dietz. He rolls, tries to go off tackle, but he is hit at the 4, led by Jaden Fleeting, amongst others, and defensive linemen. No gain. Dietz, who has 2 fumbles in this quarter, being careful with the ball as much as possible. So 2nd and 10, from the 4. No gain. Single receivers on both sides. The 6'4" Zach Lowry out here on the far side. Snap to Dietz, hands the ball up the middle to Cone, who will gain 3 out to the 8. 3rd and 6 from the 8. And you wonder if they're just going to try to run the ball again and punt, just based on the way they've done these first 2 plays. Let's see what they do here on the 3rd down play. 3rd and 6. Midway through the 2nd quarter. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Cone behind Dietz in the pistol. Snap, taken, handed off to Cone. He goes up the middle. He is close to a first down. They fumbles the ball, and I think the Eagles might have gotten it again, and they do. Incredible, a 3rd fumble in the 2nd quarter for AIC, this time by Siddiqui Cone. And that one was recovered by A.J. Morrison, and the Eagles get another turnover, and they'll have 1st and 10.
Number 9, Morrison for the Eagles.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line in the red zone once again on a 3rd AIC fumble in the first half. 6:20 remaining in the first half, and the Eagles hand off to Emmanuel, goes off tackle, will gain, call it 5 actually, so 2nd and 5 from the 8. What a break for the Eagles. 3rd turnover of the first half, 3rd turnover of the second quarter. All 3 fumbles, 2 by quarterback Dietz, that one by Cone. And the Eagles with prime field position this time, leading 14-7. Snap to Taylor, but there's a flag. Looks like a false start might push him back, or could be a defensive jump. Let's see. From this angle, hard to see if one of the interior linemen for AIC jumped, but all of the officials meeting at the 15-yard line. And typically if you jump, you just got to move back. That's just how it goes in the sport of football, but nobody's moving. So the Eagles clearly don't think they did anything wrong.
Delay game. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So a delay of game on the defense, that should be, is that half the distance to the goal, or is that enough? That should be enough for a first down if it's the full 5. Let's see where they mark it. Just short of the first down, so 2nd and 1 for the Eagles at the 4. Again, sort of set up in that Philly special type of defense, offense. They have Brown and Niall Williams behind Taylor. Ball's at the 4. It's a long way to do the Philly special unless you're just trying to get the first down, but let's see. Taylor moves forward. Philly special, tush push, whatever you want to call it. The Eagles will get to the 2. That's enough for the first down. So 1st and goal for the Eagles from the 2. And the Eagles go right back to the Philly special formation. Taylor pushes forward. He is, but the ball is fumbled.
Going on the field, the ball was fumbled prior to breaking the goal line, recovered by the defense in the end zone. The goal was played touchback.
So the Eagles went Philly special for the 2nd time in a row, and Taylor fumbled it in the end zone, picked up in the end zone by AIC. I didn't see who did it. So the Eagles turned the ball over on the goal line. And now have two turnovers of their own to combat AIC's 3. That's a big one on the goal line at the 1 and give up the ball as they went Philly special for the 2nd play in a row. Taylor at some point fumbled, trying to reach for the goal line, it would seem, but he was short. Didn't get it over the goal line. You just have to touch the goal line with the ball. He didn't do it and turned it over. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for AIC. And a penalty. Let's see if, looks like it'll be defensive offsides this time. And it will be. So 1st and 5 on the defensive offsides. The whole defensive line jumped into the offensive line of AIC. Officially on 54, Jalen Kelly, but several people jumped at the same time. Ultimately, the Eagles give up the ball on the goal line, and now are 1st and 5 as AIC has the ball at the 25. Snap. Hands off, goes off tackle, and is taken down, I think, for a gain of 1. That is Judah Varfley, 5'9", 170 out of Providence, Rhode Island. Gains maybe 1, so call it 2nd and 4 from the 26. A sloppy second quarter. 5 turnovers so far.
Second down for the 26.
5 turnovers in the second quarter, 3 from AIC, 2 from post. Twin receivers to the right, no receivers left. Quarterback keeper as Dietz takes it, gains maybe another yard. He's close to the 30, but not close enough. And that'll be 3rd and 1 at the 29. They need the 30.
The third down for the Yellow Jackets at about 1.
Third and 1 from the 29. They need the 30. In a sloppy second quarter that the Eagles do lead 14-7. But we're a half yard away from making it 20-7 before the fumble. Snap. Fakes a handoff. Rolls. Throws. Caught at the 30. That's good enough for a first down. Gets to the 37 before it being taken down by Jaquin Wembley. That was Brian LaFrance. 5'11", 175 out of West Palm Beach, Florida. LaFrance's 17th catch of the season, although there might be a penalty flag. Let's see. Hold on for a penalty on the field. Just an overall sloppy second quarter. AIC has 3 fumbles in the second quarter. The Eagles have a fumble and an interception.
After the play, there are unsportsmanlike conduct fouled by each team. Offense number 1, defense number 88, defense number 1. The yardage penalties are canceled. Each player will have a count towards possible disqualification. Down.
So I believe it's a first down after all that. Each team had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. A lot of yapping between two teams who have made 5 turnovers in the second quarter.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets with 3:30 to go in the first half. Still have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Both teams have all 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning. Ball's at the 39, trips to the left, single receiver short side right. Eagles show blitz as Dietz claps his hands, takes the ball, hands it off. Running back gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gains 1 or 2 more with a dive at the end. That was Varfley. They'll actually give him close to 4, so good job by Varfley at the end to dive and gain yards as he was hit initially behind the line of scrimmage. Led by Jaden Fleeting.
Second down from the 43-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
Second and call it 6.
6 to go.
Eagles will get the ball for the second half as AIC won the toss and elected to keep it and receive. So trips to the left, twins to the right. Look for the quarterback draw again as Dietz likes to do that. Snap, and he looks to the draw, but then instead throws it, slips out of his hand, and it was almost picked off. He wanted to run, saw his hole closed, and stepped up to throw it, and the ball slipped out of his hands and was potentially interceptable, but none of the Eagles were able to get it and make it 3rd and 6 now from the 43-yard line. They need just close to midfield, right over the 49-yard line. So 3rd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Don't forget to stay with us at halftime. We'll go around the post-university sports scene and around the NE10 football scene here on the last home game of the season for your Eagles. Snap, taken by Dietz, looks over the middle, now scrambles to the left, looking for the first down. He's going to try to get there. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short as he was taken down by Jalen Kelly, and he's about 1 yard short. So a gain of 5. He got to the 48. He needs over the 49. So 4th and 1. And an interesting call here for AIC. 2-minute warning for AIC. Interesting call to go for it here if that's what they want to do. They originally brought everybody out like they were going to. Maybe you try to make the Eagles jump to gain the first down. But a big risk to try to go for it here with the ball at midfield, trailing by 7 and knowing the Eagles get the ball for the second half. there is wisdom in punting it, but that's going to be up to Yellow Jackets head coach Chipka as to what he wants to do. They've had 3 fumbles in the second quarter. The Eagles have had an interception and a fumble on the goal line. So turnover is really the story here of a sloppy second quarter. So sort of the question of if you go for it here, you do run the risk of giving the Eagles great field position under 2 minutes with 3 timeouts and then getting the ball for the second half. But if you punt, you put the pressure on the Eagle offense to try to get a first down. For the moment, the offense is coming out for AIC. They need about 1.5 yards on 4th and 1. Twin receivers left, no receivers to the right. 2 running backs flanking Dietz on either side, who's in the shotgun. Claps his hands. Nobody moves. Everybody on post saying the offense moved. Looks like they're trying to get the Eagles to jump, which is hard to do in the shotgun. Claps his hands again, trying to get the Eagles to jump. He does snap the ball. He hands the ball off. He's going to get the first down as he just gets over the midfield line. Was Varfley. Eagles unhappy as they thought AIC jumped themselves on one of the earlier claps, but they did hand off the ball and get the first down. Was Varfley. Dangerous play call. And sometimes you can say, well, it worked. It was a good play call. My opinion is it was a dangerous play call. Just because it worked doesn't mean it was the right call. Twins on either side. Hands the ball off to Cone. He goes up the middle, gains maybe 1 yard or 1.5 yards, and then a flag thrown by the line judge, which Paul Skeens would have been impressed with. And he's going to call a face mask on post, and that'll give the AIC team an automatic first down, as there was a face mask. At least that's what he's calling. And that's Jalen Kelly on the face mask, so a 15-yard penalty. And an automatic first down for AIC, who is now inside Eagle territory for the first time in the second quarter. So a gain of 1 turns into a first down on a 15-yard face mask. And now they'll go trips left, single receiver right. In the shotgun is Cone. He takes the snap, gives the handoff, fakes the handoff, then throws it up the middle, and it's caught by Hanks. Good fake there on the RPO. As he took the ball, faked the handoff, then ripped the throw. It was probably his best throw of the day, caught by Hanks inside the 10-yard line. So first and goal from the 7. Snap, handoff, up the middle. Cone, touchdown, AIC. And he genuflexing prayer in the end zone, and the flag goes up. And if they call that unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm going to question the need to make that call. But a sloppy second quarter continues as a 15-yard penalty led to a throw and a run that creates the touchdown. 14-13 pending the extra point. Let's see what the call is going to be.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 15. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Try.
So Michael Gabetti with a 15-yard personal foul. And changing it to 24, so that was Miles Sneed. Extra point here by Fonseca to tie the game. Snap is high, kick is up, and it is good. And with 1 minute remaining in the first half, the score is tied at 14. And in some ways, you sit there and you look at how this game has played out. A fun first quarter has sort of been replaced by a sloppy second quarter. Both teams have scored 7 points in each quarter. AIC has turned the ball over 3 times. Post has turned it over twice. And now the kick will come from the 50-yard line after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. The Eagles will have 3 timeouts and a minute to go. So we'll see how aggressive they're going to be. AIC still has all 3 of their timeouts, so the Eagles can't just down the ball 3 times. They are going to have to try to play a little bit of offense. But let's see the strategy. And again, a questionable go on 4th and 1. And again, they score a touchdown off of it. So again, you sit there and you go, it's a great play. It worked. We scored a touchdown. As an observer, I question how great a play that was, but it works, and that's why they coach and I broadcast. So kickoff from the 50. Fonseca approaches the ball. He popped it up in the air. He's going to force Tracy to – nope, it's going to go over Tracy's head. I think he was trying to get Tracy to have to run it back again, but it went into the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 25. A net of 25 on the kickoff. That's one of the drawbacks of kicking from the 50. So you kick it into the end zone, you basically just gave 25 yards up versus either ground balling it or popping it up. But so a break for the Eagles there. 1st and 10 from the 25. Almost assuredly going to try to do something with 3 timeouts. And still a minute to go. Trip receivers to the right. Single receiver short side left is Tracy, who has single coverage at the moment. In the pistol is Emmanuel. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws it. Caught at the 20. Gets to the 25. Trying to get a block. And taken down after a gain of maybe 1 was Jermaine Tillery. Nobody calling a timeout, so 2nd and 9. You get the feeling both teams want to get, both coaches want to get their teams into the locker room and coach them up and chew them out, both at the same time. So Eagles letting the clock run. AIC didn't call any of their timeouts, so I think that's sort of where we're at. 2nd and 9. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Emmanuel next to Taylor. Snap to Taylor, who's going to look to throw. Taylor looks over the middle, throws over the middle. It is caught by Tracy at the 46. 1st down. Eagles have 3 timeouts but aren't calling any of them. And with 12 seconds left, the Eagles call a timeout. So they let all that time run and then decided to throw the ball. And got Josh Tracy on a gain of 20. Call it 19 officially to the 45. So now with 12 seconds left, Eagles probably realistically need 30 yards for a field goal attempt. Aiden Kane this season is 2 for 4. His longest is 30. It's 2 for 3. Excuse me. His longest kick is 37. And he hasn't made a field goal. Aiden Kane hasn't made a field goal since the home opener against West Virginia Wesleyan. He's only attempted one other field goal since the home opener. So the Eagles realistically need about 30 yards. Have 12 seconds to do it. Still have a timeout. Trips stacked to the left, single receiver right. Back to pass is Taylor. Avoids the first level of rush, spins away. Now tries to throw. He just puts it up in the air, and it is picked off by Edward Craig Jr., 5'11", 194, out of St. John's, Florida. And still 3 seconds left in the first half, but that just puts sort of a stamp on everything we've talked about as to the sloppiness of this second quarter. That's 6 turnovers between the two teams, 3 for each team. And again, you know Malachi Taylor is trying to create a play with time ticking in the first half and just trying to make a play, but just kind of shows where this first half is ending up. 3 fumbles by AIC, a fumble and 2 interceptions by Post. And now they got to play a little defense with 3 seconds left in the first half. We'll see if AIC tries to do anything, or are they going to try a Hail Mary? It's a 60-yard throw. Ball's at the 40, so they got to throw it 60 yards to get it to the end zone. I don't know how good Dietz's arm is if he can get it there. Although if you've watched football lately, we've seen several Hail Marys. and their game-winning throw last week was 31 yards. So it looks like they're just going to go kneel formation. Eagles have 2 players at the 20, 4 others at the 40. It looks like they're just going to down the ball and go into the locker room. So a fun first quarter replaced by a sloppy second quarter, and we head to halftime with the game tied at 14. Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. We'll come back in 3 minutes with our halftime where we look around the post-university sports scene, a busy one today, and the NE10 football, also a busy one today. We'll come back in 4 minutes. You're listening and watching the post-university football on the CACC network and youtube.com/Go Post Eagles.
Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice. Heart. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. By choice. We are the NE10.
Halftime here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut, where AIC and Post are tied at 14 here in the season finale and home finale for your Post University Eagles here on Senior Day. Halftime where we look around the Post University sports scene and the NE10, brought to you by Post University and in 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Whether a student, a parent, or a fan, for more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules, for all your favorite teams, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Eagle fans, you're looking for some swag as the Christmas season is approaching. Need a sweatshirt, a blanket, something warm to keep you warm at night. Then go to posteagles.com, click on the fan section on the right-hand side, and then click on School Store to grab anything and everything Post Eagles. Use the code STANDS15. That's STANDS15, STANDS15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order of $75 or more. Exclusions do apply. That code will last till tomorrow. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So busy times on campus here for the Eagles. Let's start with basketball, where the men's basketball team wins their season opener against Franklin Pierce, thanks to Bull Akkad, who seems to do it again. Who did it again? He was 3 for 12 overall, but 13 for 17 from the free throw line, and no shot bigger than the one toward the end of the game, where he lifted the Eagles to a 90-88 victory over the Franklin Pierce Ravens in overtime yesterday evening. A good way to start the season for the Eagles, coming off their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Bull Akkad did it again. Again, 3 for 12 from the floor with 13 for 17 from the free throw line. Ended up with 19 points. Dang Diang had his first double-double of the season with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Dante Pope led all scorers with 20 points on 6 of 3 shooting and 7 and 8 from the line. Eagles were 14-1 when leading at halftime last season, and now 1-0, although they had to go to overtime to do it. They were 3-0 in overtime last season. This was the first matchup between Post and Franklin Pierce in the regular season since the 2009-2010 season. They were 0-5 previously against Franklin Pierce. They'll close out the Bridgeport tip-off tournament Sunday. That's tomorrow, 12:30 p.m., against Mercy University at the Harvey Hubble Gymnasium on the University of Bridgeport campus. The Eagles have won 3 straight matches against the Mavericks since the 2019-20 season and defeated them last season 83-64. So congratulations to the men's basketball team winning their season opener. Women were not as lucky. They lost to Southern New Hampshire 70-58. In a game against SNHU up in Colchester, Vermont at the St. Michael's tip-off. Eagles fall to 0-1 on the season. Unfortunately for the Eagles, not a good night. They were outscored 25-16 in the fourth quarter. Sophomore Alyssa Rosignol had 17 points on 8 for 24 shooting while going 0 for 6 from three-point range. She made 1 of 2 free throws. She also led the team with 7 rebounds. Eagles as a team shot 4 for 28 from three-point range, and that is one of their worst three-point shooting percentages since a 2 for 27 against Holy Family in 2023. Southern New Hampshire took 37 free throws, made 23 of them, not a great percentage, but was able to add points. Post is now 1-10 all-time against SNHU after earning their first program win in program history against Penn last season. Post closes out the St. Michael's tip-off tomorrow against St. Mike's at 7 p.m. up in Colchester. They defeated the Purple Knights 73-61 last season on the road. So good luck to the women who are trying to pick up their first victory of the season up in the St. Michael's tournament. Women's hockey fell to St. A's 2-1. Danny Ammon scored her first collegiate goal for the Lady Eagles, but unable to score more than, and they fall to 2-5 in conference on the season, 2-9 overall. St. A's goes to 4-3 in the NEWHA, 4-8 overall. Junior goalie Hannah Saunders had a great game in goal, making 27 saves, but fell to 1-6 on the season. As we mentioned, Ammon scored her first collegiate goal after playing 48 games for Post University. She finally was able to get one, and the Eagle goal was a power play goal, and they've recorded a power play goal in each of the last 2 contests in conference. They will play today at 3 p.m. up in Manchester, New Hampshire to close out that 2-game series against St. A's. So good luck to the Lady Eagle hockey program. If you were listening to us yesterday on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles, you know the men's hockey program fell 4-2 to St. Mike's up at the Louis Astorino Arena in Hamden, Connecticut on the campus of Hamden High School. Eagles had a 2-0 lead after 2, but gave up 4 goals in the third period to close that game out with a 4-2 loss. They fell to 0-2 on the season. St. Mike's moved up to 3-0. Cole Manahan in goal for St. Mike's was phenomenal, the number 1 star of the game. Made a gigantic save on an Eagle power play late in the third period, with St. Mike's leading 3-2 that led directly to a 2-on-1 shorthanded goal, and that put the game away late in the third period. Scotty Swain scoring his first varsity goal for the Eagles, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland. He got on the board, and Jacob Howell, his first goal of the season, opened the scoring for the Eagles in the first period. They will play at 4:30 today. That game's been moved a half an hour back at the Louis Astorino Ice Rink down in Hamden. That game will start at 4:30. Coach Pete Whitney will be on the broadcast along with somebody who is filling in for me down there, as it's going to be hard to get there from here in time to broadcast that game, even with the half an hour delay. So good luck to the men's hockey program today. Coach Brendan Brown will be leading the way with Tim Richter out for personal reasons, and you can join Coach Witt and whomever is filling in, and I apologize for not having the name, who's filling in for me this afternoon down in Hamden. Women's volleyball is playing their road finale. They're at Georgian Court. Again, that's in Lakewood. That's going on right now. Let's see if we can get you an updated score on the women's volleyball matchup, as they started fairly early today over in down at Georgian Court. Always a fun road trip to have to go down there. See if we can get you an update on that one, as the Eagles are closing out the regular season. Apologies, they have still 2 more regular season games, but have guaranteed themselves a home game in the CACC playoffs. And the Eagles actually fell to Georgian Court today 3-2. Eagles won the first set 25-17, lost the second set 25-18, won the third set 26-24, lost the fourth in a close one 25-23, and then lost the fifth 15-11. So that's only their second conference loss. They fall to 12-2 in the CACC and 17-9 overall. Georgian Court moves up to 12-2 in the CACC and 16-9 overall. So 2 of the better teams in the CACC competing in a tough 5-setter down at Georgian Court, but the Eagles fall 3-2. They'll play Wednesday at the University of Bridgeport, then close out the regular season against Bloomfield College on Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Drubner Center. Upcoming schedule for post programs beyond today. Tomorrow, the men's basketball team will play Mercy, as you mentioned, at the University of Bridgeport. Men's soccer hosts Holy Family at Lamoille Field in the CACC tournament at 1 p.m. Men's ice hockey will play Westfield State on Tuesday back at the Sports Center of Connecticut. I'll be there live. Game starts at 8 o'clock, 7:45 pregame with me and Coach Witt on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles for the non-conference game on Tuesday. Wednesday, women's basketball will be at Assumption, 5:30 p.m. Women's volleyball at the University of Bridgeport at 7. Men's basketball will be at Bentley at 7:30 at Waltham, Massachusetts. All those games on youtube.com/GoPostEagles. And then next Friday, women's ice hockey hosts Stone Hill at 1 p.m. in Shelton. And the men will host St. A's for the first of 2 games, one at 4 p.m. on Friday and one at 1 p.m. on Saturday. That's a look around the post-university sports scene. Quickly around the NE10, your NE10 Conference Player of the Week for Week 9 is Drew Forkner, sophomore quarterback out of Plano, Texas. 17 for 32, 276 yards, and 5 touchdowns as they defeated Franklin Pierce 42-28 last week. Sean Bell, who we're seeing today, is the Defensive Player of the Week for AIC. He was a force on defense. A pair of sacks. His first sack led to an Assumption field goal attempt that AIC blocked and returned for a touchdown. And his second came with 8 seconds left on the clock, effectively ending the game. Special Teams Player of the Week is David Eppinger from AIC. He made one of the biggest plays of the season, blocking an Assumption field goal attempt and returning the loose ball over 70 yards to the end zone for a touchdown in the AIC 21-17 win last week. And Rookie of the Week was Connor Dietz, quarterback we're seeing today. Has not had the game, making him look like Rookie of the Week, looking more like rookie than Rookie of the Week. He led the final drive and hit Fatir Bell for a 31-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 6 with 22 seconds to play as they defeated Assumption last week. He also rushed for the game's first touchdown and completed a 2-point conversion, replacing the injured Cephas Williams. So that's our look around the post-university sports scene, NE10 here. We'll come back with the first half stats in 2 minutes. You're listening and watching the post-university football on the NE10 now, on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles.
Diverse.
Start of the second half here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut, and that's brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information and to learn about all the Post degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. It's the college application season. I should know. Go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. First half stats. Not a pretty first half, I'll say. 3 turnovers for each team. For AIC, quarterback Connor Dietz, 7 for 12, 92 yards. For the Eagles, Malachi Taylor, 3 for 11, 92 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. On the ground, Siddiqui Cohn had 70 yards and a fumble. Connor Dietz had 42 yards, a touchdown, and 2 fumbles. And Judah Varfley had 7 yards on the ground. For the Eagles, Malachi Taylor had 20 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. Isaiah Emanuel, 17 yards. Adonis White, 3. And Jermaine Tillery, -5. Receptions, Scooby Hicks had 2 receptions for 44 yards. Amin Hanks had 2 receptions for 24 yards. Mr. Everything, Josh Tracy, had 2 receptions of the 3 completed by Malachi Taylor for 91 yards and a touchdown. Jermaine Tillery, the other reception, for 1 yard. So hopefully halftime has allowed both teams to sort of calm it down a little bit. A lot of just self-inflicted wounds. It wasn't even like strip sack fumble type plays. It was here's a snap, here's a fumble, here's an intercept, like just very sloppy. So hopefully both teams have taken the time to sort of regroup and come back out and play a better second half. 14-14. Eagles will get the ball. AIC will be kicking left to right. They're in the road white with the black and yellow helmets. The Eagles in their home grays going right to left. Josh Tracy standing on the 10 along with Edward Bandy to return the kick from Fonseca, Santana Fonseca, who gets the ball into the air. Tracy will catch it at the 3. On the far side, he veers into the middle, makes the first tackler's miss, gets to the 20-25, and he breaks another tackler. He's up to the 30, 35, 40. There's going to be a couple of flags thrown. Tracy may be gone. He's going to get tackled. No, he's not. He's going to go to the end zone for a touchdown, but there are multiple flags on the field as Mr. Everything, Josh Tracy, does it again. 97 yards into the end zone, but you can tell by the lack of excitement that this is almost assuredly coming back. Probably for a hold, as the flag's at the 27. So a holding penalty takes the 97-yard kickoff return off the board. 49, yeah, the Eagles don't have a 44. It was Jordan Nye Williams with the hold. So instead of a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Mr. Everything Josh Tracy, who would have had his third touchdown return of the season off a kickoff, instead the Eagles will go all the way back to the 17-yard line, and they'll start their first possession of the third quarter in a 14-14 game. 1st and 10. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver left. Emmanuel's behind Taylor in the pistol. Snap. Handoff. Gain of maybe 1. Maybe a half yard. Not much movement at all as it was handed off to Emmanuel. Second and 10, and again, the sloppiness sort of ensues. Take a touchdown off the board for the Eagles on the holding penalty on the kickoff. Twin receivers right, single receiver left, ball in the middle of the field. Gives the ball to Emmanuel, off tackle again this time, and gets tackled again. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage again. And then somebody is down for the Eagles in what will be a 3rd and 10. Can't see who is down on the far side. That might be Isaiah Emmanuel. After the second down carry for no gain. So it'll be 3rd and 10 upcoming once we figure out the status of the player down. While we're doing that, scores around the NE10 this afternoon. Bentley leads Franklin Pierce 14-12. That game up in New Hampshire. 14-12 at halftime for Bentley. Assumption leads Pace 14-7 on the road in Pleasantville. That game also at halftime. And in what is likely for the conference championship, as I mentioned in the pregame, I'm not going to be able to tell you all the tie-breaking scenarios, but both of these teams are 5-1 playing each other today. I don't know what happens, let's say, if New Haven loses next week and how that all affects everything, because there are a lot of teams with 2 losses, but New Haven and St. A's playing today up in Manchester, New Hampshire, and they're the only 5-1 teams in conference. New Haven leads St. A's 7-3 at halftime up at St. A's. Adonis White replaces Isaiah Emmanuel. He's able to walk off under his own power. He stands next to Taylor in the shotgun on 3rd and 10 with trip receivers left, single receiver right. Tracy does have a one-on-one on the far left side of the field. Adonis White switches from right to left. Snap to Taylor, who looks right. Throws it over the middle. It is caught. Trying to get the first down, and does successfully, is Ramon Calderon, whose name we don't call very much. 6'2", 190 freshman out of Lynbrook, New York. For Calderon, his 5th reception of the season, and an 11-yard gain, and a first down for the Eagles at the 29-yard line. So good play there by Taylor. Found a receiver not named Josh Tracy and got a first down. Twin receivers left, single receiver right, hands off to Adonis White, who went to the left, faked to the right, then takes off right tackle on the far side of the field for a gain of close to 8 for Adonis White. 5'7", 165 out of Newark, New Jersey. And it's second and call it 2, so I'll give him 8. Ball at the 37-yard line. Twins to the left, single to the right. Adonis White in the pistol. Handoff to White, who goes up the middle and will try to push the pile. Let's see where they mark him. I think he's right on the 49. That would be enough for a first down, and that's what they're giving him. First down, Adonis White on a 2-yard run. And the Eagles move the chains again. And sometimes simple football is all you need. 11-yard pass play on a 3rd and 10, and in 2 runs gets you 2 first downs in a row. And it's 1st and 10 Eagles at the 39-yard line. Single receiver left, Twins receivers right. Adonis White moves from right to left in the shotgun for Taylor. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle, then steps up in the pocket. He's got a bit of a hole, but instead tries to throw it deep. He's got Tillery, and he caught it! Did he hold on? He did! What a great catch by Jermaine Tillery at the 28-yard line. A gain of 33 to Jermaine Tillery's 24th reception of the season. Great catch with the right hand. He had it one-handed, had to hold on as he was getting hit, was able to maintain control as he brought it to the ground. Good throw, good catch. And the Eagles move into AIC territory on their first possession of the second half, 1st and 10 from the 28. Fake the handoff to White. He goes off tackle to Malachi Taylor. He's got a hole and will gain about 5 down to the 22. 5-yard run. And again, we've seen Taylor be a lot more aggressive running the ball today. That's at least his 4th or 5th real run, taking out the Philly special runs. The tush-push Philly special. Over the ball quickly, snapped high to Taylor. He brings it down, gives it to White, who goes off the right tackle and finds a hole. Will get a first down and much more as he rolls into the red zone, down to the 10-yard line. Actually, mark it at the 11. 1st and 10 at the 11 as Adonis White gains 11 yards. Quickly over the ball, hands it to White. Nope, Taylor keeps it this time, tries to go off tackle again. Will get inside the 10. Marked right on the 10, excuse me. So 2nd and goal from the 10. Taylor gained no yards on that play. Sorry, tough angle from where we're broadcasting from to see exactly where he landed. Thought he was inside, but right on the 10. So no gain for Taylor. 2nd and 10. Single receiver left. Twins receivers to the right. Emmanuel out there now next to Taylor. Snap. Taylor looks right, throws it short, but it was picked up by Tillery, and he is in. That's a touchdown, Jermaine Tillery. Ball looked short, but Tillery managed to pick it up before it hit the ground. And into the end zone goes Jermaine Tillery for his 4th touchdown of the season. 2 receptions for Tillery on that drive. And the 2nd touchdown pass of the day, 15th of the season for Taylor. And the Eagles take a 20-14 lead here in the 3rd quarter. With 9:53 to go in the 3rd quarter, Aiden Kane will line up for the extra point. Looking to go 3 for 3 today. Snap, good, kick, up. It is blocked as AIC got themselves into, and then they drop the ball, and the Eagles actually pick it up. Let's see what the call is there. Oh, that Eagles might have a case here for a 2-point conversion as it was picked up by the AIC defender, but actually no, it was on the other side of the line. So it was not a live ball at that point, but a blocked kick. So Mikhail Muhammad actually blocked the kick. 5'10" freshman out of Somerset, New Jersey. And I probably jinxed Aiden Kane by saying he was going to go 3 for 3, or trying to go 3 for 3. But that's one of those extra points you might come back to bite you later on. So after the 97-yard kickoff return was taken off the board for a holding penalty, the Eagles drive down the field. And Jermaine Tillery catches a 10-yard touchdown pass from Malachi Taylor, and the Eagles take a 20-14 lead midway through the third quarter. So Kane will now kick off from the 35-yard line with Scooby Hicks and Judah Farfly standing back on the 5-yard line awaiting the kick. Kane this time kicked it up in the air and is going to kind of die at the 15, caught by Varfley at the 15, avoids the first hit, gets up to about the 25, still pushing the pile toward the 30 before he's finally brought down by numerous Eagles, led by 51, Joey Poland, who has a fumble recovery of his own today. Ball will be officially marked at the 31. First and 10 AIC, their first possession of the third quarter, trailing 20-14. Here comes Connor Dietz, 7 for 12 on the game, 92 yards. He's got a rushing touchdown and 2 fumbles. Trips to the right, single receiver left, into the shotgun. Dietz avoids the rush, throws a short ball, an unneeded short ball, in the direction of Batir Bell. First time we said his name today, 6'2", senior out of Hillside, New Jersey. But not really sure, and that's sort of maybe the freshman in Connor Dietz. Not really sure why he threw that ball. He was literally 3 inches away from Fatir Bell when he threw the ball and then wound up and threw it at him versus maybe just even like pitching it to him or something. But not the best of decisions by Dietz. He might have been better off just kind of running and trying to get additional yardage. Either way, break for the Eagles, 2nd and 10 at the 31. Twins to the right, singles to the left, 2 running backs next to Dietz. Bad snap again, gives it to Cone, up the middle, gains about 7, maybe 8. See if they mark him officially. Actually knocked them a couple yards short, so give it 6. Ball at the 38, so 3rd and 4, after a gain of 6 from Cone, who came into the third quarter with 70 yards rushing. 3rd and 4 for AIC, trailing 20-14. Twins to the far side right, single receiver short side left, 2 running backs. Snap. RPO, they finally hand the ball off, and he's taken down close to the first down marker. Let's see. See if they give him the first down or they don't. Let's see. Hold on. They're going to give him a first down. And there's a defender down for the Eagles. It looks like Miles Sneed sitting on his butt at the 38-yard line. Looks like they just got enough for a first down at AIC. On the long RPO. One thing to talk about with AIC and the offense, and it sort of goes to the 2 fumbles that they had earlier in the third quarter, is the snapping out of the shotgun has been horrible today. Very rarely has it been a direct snap to him. Oftentimes it's been sort of a floaty snap where it kind of just pops up in the air, and then he's able to do it. That extra sort of half second allows the defense to kind of get the pressure on the quarterback, which for post is a good thing. But in regards to AIC, the quarterbacks, the snap from the center has not been strong today. That led to a couple of the turnovers in the second quarter, and you can see it even here on the third quarter drive. The quarterback Dietz is being forced to wait for that snap and not really make quick decisions. So we'll see if that improves as the third quarter goes on. Claps his hands, gets the ball, better snap that time, hands it off to Cone, and lost a yard, maybe 2, as a good defensive job there, led by 45, Zachary Jones. He of a fumble recovery of his own in the second quarter. 2nd and 12 from the 40. Twin receivers right, bunch formation in front of Dietz with 2 running backs. Bad snap again. Tries to hand it off. Instead does a quarterback draw and then pitches it out to the left side. Looking for the first down, but there's a flag and probably a holding penalty on somebody's getting a holding penalty, I presume, based on where that flag was thrown. It was enough for a first down, but let's see who the flag is on. It might actually be on Connor Dietz. So an illegal block in the back, actually, on Fatir Bell. And that pushed it all the way back. But just in talking about the snap, just on that play alone, it ended up working out in regards to how the play formation set up. But you can see that Dietz has to wait for that ball an extra second versus sort of a quick sort of straight snap. That ball is sort of floating to him. And that gives the defense an extra sort of half second to get into the backfield, thus making Dietz have to make quicker decisions. And those little things you can see are creating a challenge for the offense. Snap. Dietz looks left, throws left. It's caught at the 40 by Fatir Bell. He'll get to about the 41. Gains the penalty yardage back, but that'll make it 3rd and 10 at the 42. 3rd and 10 now. Let's see. Actually, they'll give him the 41, so 3rd and 11 at the 41. They need the 48 on the Eagles side of the field. So Fatir Bell, his first catch of the day. 3rd and 11. Twins to the left, single receiver right. Siddiqui Cone next to Dietz in the shotgun, and they move Scooby Hicks over to the left, so now trips to the left. Snap. Looks left, throws over the middle. It's caught again by Bell, looking for the first down. He finds the first down and much, much more, as he'll be brought down at the 35-yard line. Antoine Walden was in the backfield, almost got a hit on Dietz, but instead a 20-yard catch and run for Fatir Bell, and the ball at the 35-yard line, and they go no huddle quickly. Twins on both sides. Snap. Hands off, up the middle, Cone spins away, tries to go up left tackle to find some room and gain about 7 before it's all said and done. Got it down, I think, to the 27-yard line. Good run by Cone, who spun away as he went up the middle and spun off left tackle for a gain of close to 8. And now one of the offensive linemen goes down for AIC. Can't see the number. As we await that player to get up, hopefully. Give you a look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the nation. Number 2, Ohio State leads Purdue 38-0. Number 4, Miami trails Georgia Tech 21-10, but they're driving late in the third quarter. Number 5, Texas all over Florida 42-3. That's the top 25 around the NCAA. Ball in the middle of the field, twins to the right, single to the left. Running back is Cone in the pistol. Snap. Hands off to Cone, who goes off left tackle, gets around the first hit. He'll get enough for the first down as he avoided Michael Gabetti and get down to about the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the, let's see where they officially mark it. They're going to put it at the 21. So 1st and 10 from the 21 as AIC marches toward the red zone, trailing 20-14. Single receiver on either side, running back next to Dietz in the shotgun. Snap. Dietz hands it off again to Cone, who gets off right tackle, avoids the first defender, gets down to about the 13-yard line. A gain of close to 7. Call it 8. Call it 7. 2nd and 7. Call it 7. So 2nd and 7 on the run by Cone as he approaches 100 yards. He's either there now or pretty close. As time ticks away in the third quarter, 4:10 remaining in a faster-moving third quarter. Single receiver short side right, twins to the left, Cone next to Dietz in the shotgun. Claps his hands, looks right, claps it again, gets the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls to the left where he's got a lot of space. He throws it up, caught at the 10, into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Marcus Thurston on a beautiful fake handoff and run. And for Thurston, his second reception of the season and his first touchdown of the season. And the Yellow Jackets have tied the game at 20 with the extra point to come. Nice offensive series there. This quarter looks much more like the first quarter in the way the teams have been playing, as AIC marches down the field and ties the game at 20 with the extra point to come. Here's Santana Fonseca. Wind still blowing as hard as it was at the beginning of the game. Across the field, though. Snap is high, kick is up, and it is good. And AIC regains the lead, but this time only by one. It's 21-20 AIC as they make their extra point on the touchdown, whereas the Eagles had theirs blocked. So the Eagles, trailing again, this time 21-20, will get the ball back on the kickoff. They just went down the field and scored a touchdown out of their own. Tracy, who had a 97-yard kickoff return, called back on a holding penalty, standing at the 10 along with Edward Bandy. Fonseca, the kick on the far hash mark from the 35. Teams learn, you kick it to Tracy once, and he does something. You often don't kick it to him twice. Fonseca approaches the ball, kicks the ball, pops it up in the air. He's going to kick it to Tracy, ever dangerous. Ball at the 10. At the 15-20, gets through the first round of players and then brought down nicely on a great tackle by Dominic Papa, 5'11", 225 freshman out of Everett, Massachusetts. He got in there and tackled Josh Tracy, which, to his credit, doesn't happen often. After the 97-yard kickoff return that was called back. But Papa makes the tackle there, and the Eagles will start 1st and 10. At the 22-yard line, going right to left as you look at your screen, Taylor, who's got 2 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Last one to Jermaine Tillery. Snap. Hands the ball off to Emmanuel, who goes right off left tackle and finds a hole to the 30. 35, 40. He might be gone. 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. There are no flags. Touchdown, Isaiah Emmanuel. Into the nest he goes on a 78-yard run off of left tackle. He found a hole, went down the left sideline, and he was gone. He used that speed he has, and Isaiah Emmanuel scores his 10th touchdown of the season on the ground on a 78-yard run, and the Eagles take the lead right back. It's 26-21 Eagles, and they're going for the extra point, leading by 5. Isaiah Emmanuel, his longest run of the season, 78 yards. To the nest he went. Snap is good, kick is up, and this time it is good. The Eagles regain their 6-point lead, and on one play, 78 yards. Isaiah Emmanuel takes the 1-point deficit and makes it a 6-point lead on his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are right back in the lead at 26-21. That play took all of about 10 seconds with 3:30 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles regain the lead 26-21 on the 78-yard run by Isaiah Emmanuel, who's approaching now 100 yards himself. He came in with 17, into the third quarter with 17. See how close he is right now. He's at 95 for the game, is Emmanuel. Siddiqui Cone is at 100. So Isaiah Emanuel approaching 900 yards for the season. He is 15 yards shy of 900 for the season. Rushing is Isaiah Emanuel. Here's Kane. He kicks the ball up in the air again. Pop fly. Caught at the 10. 15-20. Brought down at the 25. Was Brian LaFrance. And some pushing and shoving going on the AIC sideline between Jaquin Wembley and somebody on the AIC sideline. A couple of flags go up in the air. Let's see who this is on. I've already had 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this game for various taunting and irritation. This will be the 4th at least. It might be 2 between the players on the team. Officials have gathered at the 35-yard line, close to the AIC sideline. Let's see. Don't know what who the flag is on, but after the tackle, there was some pushing and shoving on the AIC sideline, and flags went up in the air. Death. Officials still talking. It's going to be yellow jacket ball at what looks like the 26-yard line, but nobody has moved yet. Officials sending the Eagles back toward their own sideline. Coach Adam Schultz talking to the line judge. Finally, the officials come out. Let's see.
After the play, there are calls for both teams that will offset. Receiving team, 89. First down, AIC.
So, Gensley Lewis, wide receiver, junior, 6'1", 190 out of Medford, Massachusetts. He gets the 4th unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and Jaquim Wembley gets the 5th of this game for the Eagles between the two programs. So 6 turnovers and 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Eagles leading 27-21 with just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 AIC, ball at the 25-yard line. They'll go twin receivers right, single receiver left, running back next to the quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Cone, rolls out to the left, looks to throw, throws it away as he hits the first down marker, did Connor Dietz, as he spun away from traffic and then threw the ball out of bounds for a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Running back is Varfley, single receiver left, twins to the right on 2nd and 10. Slow snap again, hands it to Varfley, goes up the middle, gets to the 30, so maybe a gain of 5, closer to 6. So 3rd and call it 4 at the 31. Both teams have done a horrible job on 3rd down today. In regards to 3rd down defenses, both teams are over 50%. 4 wide receivers, couple on each side. Snap again is low and short. Run play by Dietz, and he slid down short by a yard. He had it easily, but the slide is where the ball is on the start. All he had to do was get to the 35. He started to slide at the 34, so he's a yard short. Bad play by Dietz, who had enough room to easily get to the 35, but tried to avoid the hit instead, and he slid a yard short. So the Eagles will get a chance to get off the field, and only the second time today will Santana Fonseca punt the ball. So a break for the Eagles as it's 4th and 1 at the 34. Eagles spread out like they're going to rush the punter on 4th and 1. Snap to Fonseca. He gets it. Kick is up in the air. It's a decent kick away from Adonis White. Ball dies at the 22. So good kick by Fonseca. Bad play by Connor Dietz, who could have had the first down. And the Eagles will take the ball again, this time leading, looking to extend their lead for, well, they had an opportunity in the second quarter, up 14-7, to take a 2-score lead, and Malachi Taylor fumbled it on the Philly special, on the tush push at the goal line. So instead of going up by 2 scores, they ended up fumbling the ball away. Now again, they have a lead with an opportunity to go up by 2 scores. Twins to the left, single receiver right. In the pistol is Taylor, who gave to Emmanuel, who lost 2. Yellow Jackets ready for that one. Brought down by 95, Eric Jennings amongst the pile. 2nd and 12 for the Eagles at the 21. Tillery and Tracy to the left, Gambino and Calderon to the right. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. Snap to Taylor. Fakes right, throws it over the head of Tillery by 10 yards. Not sure if that was supposed to be for Tracy or for Tillery. Tracy just kept running. Tillery was running toward the sideline. Ball went over Tillery's head by a solid 10 yards. Either way, an incompletion, so 3rd and 12 for the Eagles, leading by 6, 27-21. They've got Tillery and Tracy to the left, single receiver to the right. Snap to Taylor in the shotgun. He looks right, still looks right, throws it, caught, but might be short of the first down, as I think it was caught at about the 30. It was caught to Dre Yeldell, but he's 3 yards short of a first down, and the Eagles will have to punt. They needed the 33, caught it just past the 30. A gain of 9 for Dre Yeldell on his last football game, his senior day. That's his first catch of the season, actually, for Dre. On senior day in his final game as a post-University Eagle. So Kane back to punt. Standing on his 15. Snap is good. Kick is up. Decent kick, high in the air, forcing a fair catch at the 35 by Hanks. And just like that, both teams trade the ball. And at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets as they'll start their possession, trailing by 6, 27-21, with 7 whole seconds remaining in the third quarter. So, barring an incompletion, just about enough time for one play, and then we'll head to the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the 30. 2 receivers to the right. Bunch formation in front of quarterback Dietz. He's got Cone next to him on the left. Moves his tight ends over to the right. Snap. Hands off to Cone, who tries to go that direction, and he's tackled after a gain of maybe 2. And that'll end the third quarter. But again, I can't stress enough the snap from the shotgun. You know, quarterback gets it, but it's a very slow. It's not a direct. It's very slow. But got through. End of 3. Eagles lead AIC 27-21, as we'll be back in 30 seconds with the start of the fourth quarter. The Eagles lead 27-21. You're listening and watching the Post University Football on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles.
embracing a life in balance. Standing tall and confident. Leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play. With clear vision and a full heart. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. AIC and Post in a battle, with Post leading AIC 27-21. 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Snap to Dietz. He looks right, throws over the middle. It's caught at the 36. Trying to gain an extra yard or two is Brian LaFrance. It'll lead to a 3rd and 2 on the opening drive of the fourth quarter. AIC trailing by 6. Going right to left as you look at your screen or look at your dial. They're wearing their white with black and yellow helmets. Eagles in their home grays and their purple and orange helmets, going left to right. Wind coming at you as you look at your screen, coming from the AIC sideline to the camera side. 3rd and 2 with single receivers on both sides. In the shotgun is Dietz. He takes the handoff, throws up the middle with some speed, trying to get to the 35, and Cone, I think, just got there. Got to the 36. That's enough for a first down, and Cone over 100 yards on the day. 1st and 10. First and 10 from the 41. Excuse me, I think I said the 36. It's the 41-yard line. They only needed the 40. So 1st and 10 from the 41, trailing by 6. Single receiver right, twin receivers to the left, tight end on the left-hand side. He's got a running back to his left. That's Cone. Does Connor Dietz. Dietz claps his hands, takes the ball, has to move to the right to take the snap, gives it to Cone, who gets swallowed whole, and then moves away around from the defensive line, who runs for about 30 yards. A great run by Siddiqui Cone as he was swallowed up, then bounced it out to the outside and gained a first down and 20 more yards beyond that into Eagle territory. A great run by Siddiqui Cone there, as he's well over 100 yards today and over 500 yards on the season, as the ball is at the 29-yard line of the Eagles on a great 30-yard run by Siddiqui Cone. In it running back now is Varfley to the left of Dietz. Takes the snap, looks left, now looks over the middle, avoids the rush. Fleeting chasing him down. He throws it to the right. It is caught at the 29. There's a flag on the play. The ball was caught at 29, so it's no gain, but there's a flag there as well. Let's see.
Ineligible downfield player, offense number 88. 5-yard penalty, first down.
88 is Devin Arthur. How is the tight end an ineligible man downfield? It must be the way the formation was set up. But they're saying Devin Arthur, the tight end, is ineligible downfield. So instead of a completion for no gain, the Eagles push him back 5 yards to the 34. Division II no man's land, and it's 1st and 15. Five wide receivers. Again, look for the quarterback draw here from Dietz. They've done this multiple times today. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left, as Dietz is in the shotgun all by himself. Snap to Dietz. Looks left. Flag goes up in the air. Throws it. It is short, and I'm not even sure which receiver he was targeting, as the ball went between 14 Bell and 16 Hutchinson, but another flag, I think for illegal formation on AIC. Let's see. See if they want to push him back 5 more, or that they want to make it 2nd and 15. Waiting for the official call.
Legal formation, offense, more than 4 in the backfield.
So 2nd and 15 as the Eagles decline the penalty. And 4 wide receivers this time, twins on both sides, and Cone next to Dietz in the shotgun to his left. Snap, gives to Cone, tries to go up the middle, now off tackle. He's going to gain 5 yards back and 5 more as he gets close to the 25-yard line on a 10-yard run. Call it 9, actually. They'll call him down to the 26. 3rd and 6 at the 26-yard line. And for all the stats that I have, Fonseca on the season is 0-3 on field goals. So this is almost assuredly 4-down territory for AIC in Division II no man's land as they're at the 26, and Fonseca hasn't made a field goal all season. The junior out of Sayreville, New Jersey, came into the game 15 for 16 on extra points. He's 3 for 3 today, so make him 18 for 19, but 0 for 3 on field goal attempts this season. Officials now talking again. Don't know what about. There are no flags on the field, so the officials meeting at the 40-yard line. See what they come up with here. Fourth quarter, first drive of the fourth quarter. $11:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Both teams have had the punt in their last couple of drives. The official's still talking, although I don't know what they were talking about. Sets up for a 3rd and 6. Or at least what we believe to be a 3rd and 6. Now the official's moving the ball back. Ball was moved from the 26 to the 31. Referee went to talk to Coach Schultz. Now he's over to talk to Coach Chipka of AIC. I have no idea what's going on. The ball was at the 26. Coach Chipka does not seem very happy with whatever explanation he's just received. But the ball's at the 26. Now they moved it back to the 31. There have been no penalty flags. And this came after a solid 9-yard run by Siddiqui Cone, who's over 140 yards on the day on the ground. Let me see if I can get you his official running total for today. But 5 yards on 3rd down is pretty big, so let's see. $143 on the day officially for Siddiqui Cone. Officials still talking to AIC coach Chipka. And if I could possibly tell you what's going on, I would tell you. I have no idea what all of this is about. I don't know why the ball moved 5 yards. Hopefully the referee will give some kind of explanation. But it was 3rd and 6. If they keep the ball where it is, it's 3rd and 11. Now the referee's running back to where the umpire is with the ball, and he's running over to Coach Schultz. And now the ball is going back to where it was. Oh, no, now it's going back. Okay. Now they've moved it back. To the 39-yard line. So with zero explanation and total confusion, it appears to be 2nd and 19. I have zero idea why it's 2nd and 19 all of a sudden, but it is 2nd and 19. There does not appear to be a penalty flag unless they totally screwed up the spottage on the previous penalty call and they basically just said that was a no play. But with zero explanation to us, both here in the book and in the broadcast center, I have no idea why it's 2nd and 19. I can only guess that the officials screwed up on the previous penalty and basically just called that a no play. But there has been zero explanation. So 2nd and 19 from the 39-yard line. Take that run off the 10-yard, 9-yard. Bleh. Sometimes it's a struggle up here too, folks. Take the 9-yard run off by Cone. 2nd and 19 from the 39 with trip receivers left, single receiver right. Into the shotgun, a short snap again. He will go off tackle will Dietz. He was going to think about throwing it. Instead, he gets tackled down shy of the 30. Gain of about 7. Taken down to 32, so it's 3rd and 12. So it was 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd and 12 after all of the confusion. And again, stuck in Division II no man's land where, and again, you have a kicker who's not made a kick all year, a field goal kick in Fonseca. So 3rd and 12 is almost assuredly 4-down territory because you're not going to punt from the 32. So looking for a decent chunk of yardage here are the Yellow Jackets with 5 wide receivers, typical quarterback draw scenario. Snap, looks over the middle, throws it over the middle, finds a receiver. It's caught at the 25. That's a gain of 4 and sets up a decent 4th down. 4th and just a little shy of 5. As that ball was caught by Hanks, Amin Hanks. His 3rd catch of the game. Ball is officially marked just shy of the 25, so they need close to 6 for the first down on 4th down. They're 1 for 2 today on 4th down. 2 for 3 today on 4th down. 5 wide receivers again, 2 on the short side right, 3 on the long side left. Snap. Good snap this time. He rolls to the right. The Eagles didn't buy it, but he's going to get the first down and a lot more because he's got space. Gets to the 10, gets to the 5. He's into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Connor Dietz, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game on 4th and 5 from the 25. That's a 25-yard run. They thought they had him in the backfield as they knew what the play was. It was a quarterback draw. They've been doing it all day on the 5 wide receiver set. The only time they had thrown it previously was the play before. But Dietz got the corner, and once he got the corner, he was gone. 25 yards for Connor Dietz, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And the game is tied once again at 27 with Fonseca to kick the extra point. Snap is low. Good job by the holder. It's up and good. And Fonseca makes another extra point, his 4th of the day. And the AIC takes a 1-point lead, 28-27. And just to take you back to the 25-yard quarterback draw, best snap of the day by the center to the quarterback. And that allowed Dietz to get around the tackle on the right side. Because if that ball came out slower, I believe it was Jalen Kelly who was in the backfield right on Dietz to make the tackle. But because that ball came out quicker, he received it quicker and was able to make the run around the edge. He was able to get himself into the end zone. If that ball came out slower and higher, I think Jalen Kelly might have gotten into the backfield. So again, the best snap of the day by the center, DJ Nesmith, who's been struggling on his shotgun snaps all day. But that one was his best one, and it got Dietz into the end zone and gives AIC a 1-point lead with 10 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Kelly and Bandy back, Tracy and Bandy back at the 10. Fonseca kicks it, a ground ball to Bandy. Picks it up at the 15. Gets brought down at the 21. So Bandy gets about 6 or 7 on the ground ball to short. as they think they figured out they didn't want to kick it anywhere near Josh Tracy that time. So the Eagles trail by 1. In this back-and-forth game, AIC leads 28-27. Under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Single receiver left, twins to the right. Pistol formation for Emmanuel. Taylor keeps it, goes off left tackle, has some room, will be able to get close to the first down. Let's see how close he did get to the first down. I think he might have gotten it. And that should be enough for a first down. They're marking it at the 35. So a rush of 11 for Malachi Taylor. 1st and 10 at the 35. Snap to Taylor. Hands the ball off to Emmanuel. He gets crunched in the backfield. Led by Nevin Earl, 6'1", 260 out of Patterson, New Jersey. Not fooled at all, as he was almost able to take the handoff from Taylor as Emmanuel got swallowed up. 2nd and 12 at the 30, call it 32 for the Eagles. Eagles trailing by 1. 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Trip receivers right. Tight end left. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. Snap to Taylor, who looks left. Now looks right, throws it up the middle for Tracy, and sort of a jump ball. Not the best of routes or best of throws. Multiple defenders there, led by 38, Mikhail Muhammad and Chris Chasia. But everybody watching Josh Tracy on that play as Taylor threw it up the middle. Tracy got a hand on it, but too many defenders there. A tough throw and a tough catch. Now 3rd and 12. Tracy to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Emmanuel next to Taylor on the left in the shotgun. Yellow Jackets show blitz. They've got 1 sack today. Snap to Taylor, who looks left, avoids the blitz, finds Brown, who was open in the flat, but was never going to get to the first down, even if he caught it, as he would have been lucky to catch it at the 35, but it went off Brown's hands. And incomplete. And the Eagles will need the punt, trailing by 1. $8:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles will punt, trailing by 1. Still a 1-possession ball game, even if AIC can somehow get a touchdown. Unless they go for 2. But Kane standing on his 15. Punting to Hanks standing on his 30. Snap to Kane, no rush. Kick is a line drive. It'll go over Hanks' head and bounce to the 25 and go out of bounds inside the 20. Good punt by Kane. Avoided Hanks. Got it out of bounds. No return. There was no rush either from AIC, so it gave him plenty of time to get that ball off and make a decent kick. Here in the fourth quarter. Ball's officially marked at the 17, 1st and 10 AIC. First and 10 from the 17. AIC leading by 1, 28-27. The home and season finale for Post. AIC will host Southern Connecticut next week, 1 o'clock in Springfield, Massachusetts on the NE10 Now network through Flow Sports. Handoff to Cone, who tries to go up the middle, finds a bit of a hole, gains maybe 3. Yeah, maybe more than that. Apologies, give him close to 5. As Siddiqui Cone found a hole and kept going. Thought he was down a little shorter than where he was marked, but got the yardage. 2nd and 5 from the 27. Bunch formation on the left, and he moves the fullback and the tight end to the right. So now twins to the left. Snap. Fakes the handoff, will roll to the right, looking to throw. He does throw, and it's dropped by Fatir Bell. And a flag. Did he cross the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball? He done that a couple times. Been very close as he starts running forward, and then he guns the ball at one of his receivers, and that receiver is oftentimes only a couple yards ahead of him. In that case, he just needs to float it out a little bit more. Fatir Bell had some space if he could catch it, but he kind of gunned it at him. Let's see what the call is. So an eligible downfield on Trumaine Guy, 6'5", graduate student, 305 out of Braintree, Massachusetts. That's also what happens when your quarterback keeps it on the RPO and rolls out. And then he rolled out, and instead of running, which would have avoided that play, he threw it. So that pushes him back to 2nd and 9 at the 23. So 2nd and 9 from the 23. Trips to the left, all bunch. Single receiver to the right. Cone in the backfield next to Dietz in the shotgun. Snap to Dietz, a bad one. Caught it as it was high. Looks to throw. Looks right. Throws right. Still running. Trying to throw. He throws it away. Did he get it to the line of scrimmage? I think he did. So not going to be grounding. But Dietz had to throw it away, and now it's 3rd and 9. Dietz's instincts appear to be to want to run as he came around. He had a receiver. He tried to throw it, faked it, and then he looked like he wanted to run again, and then decided for the better to throw it out of bounds instead of taking a sack. Eagles haven't sacked him at all today. Eagles not one of the better teams in Division II in regards to quarterback sacks. So 3rd and 9 from the 22, and the Eagles need to get off the field with under 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, trailing by 1, 28-27. Twin receivers on both sides. Cone in the backfield. High snap again. Taken. Thrown on a quick wide receiver screen. It's caught. Needing the 32. He's going to be a yard short, I believe. I think he got to the 30. He needed the 32. And AIC is 1 yard short of a first down as it was caught by Fatir Bell on the wide receiver screen. And the Eagles will force a punt by Fonseca and get off the field. Adonis White at the 40 to return the punt. Fonseca standing on his own 10. Eagles will get off the field. The penalty helps, so 4th and 1. AIC will punt. Eagles show rush. Let's see if they do. They're going after. The ball is dropped by Fonseca. He is tackled at the 10 on another bad snap from the center. And Fonseca couldn't hold it. It was low. It bounced. And the Eagles tackle Fonseca at the 10. So while not officially a turnover, another fumble by AIC. Their 4th of the game. And the Eagles get a gigantic break. They're in the red zone. They're in scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 10 on the bot snap on the punt. And the Eagles take over 1st and 10.
First and goal for the Eagles from the 10-yard line.
Call it 1st and goal, actually, because they're right on the 10. So 1st and a long goal. Twins to the right, single to the left. Fakes the handoff. Taylor goes off tackle to the left, looking toward the 5, and I think he might have fumbled the ball. And if he fumbled the ball, he did, and AIC picks it back up. Oh, my. Taylor fumbled again. He had 4 fumbles 2 weeks ago against Bentley. And he's got his 2nd fumble of the game today as he was going off tackle. He's 2 yards short of the end zone when he fumbled. Not sure who picked up the fumble, but after the botched punt by AIC and the Eagles taking over 1st and goal at the 10, Taylor fumbles it on the opening play, gives it right back to AIC. And on consecutive plays, sloppiness ensues, and AIC will take over 1st and 10 from the 3. So all the work to get off the field, and Taylor fumbled the ball on the next play. His 6th fumble in his last 2 home games. And now the Eagle defense has to stop him again with 6:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Single receiver right, twins to the left, Cone in the backfield. Snap, hands to Cone, tries to go up the middle, maybe gains a yard, still pushing. Get him out to about the 6. Call it a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 with 6:20 to go in the 4th quarter. They need the 14. Ball at the 6. Twins to the left. Tight end right. Cone in the backfield next to Dietz. Clapp gives it to Cone. Goes up the middle again. Pushing the pile. Gets to the 10. And it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 10. Third and 4, Eagles need a stop. They got one the last time, then got the botched snap on the punt, but then turned it over on the next play by Malachi Taylor on the fumble. 3rd and 4. Single receiver right, twins to the left, 2 running backs this time with Varfley and Cone. High snap, looking for Cone, trying to go off tackle right. Does Dietz get there? I think he might be short. He's close. It's where his knee is down. He needed the 14. And they're going to say he got enough. That's a first down. Got to the 14. Good enough for a first down. One thing about this is they don't want to measure. He needed the 14. He got to the 14. And he moved the flag without even wanting to measure. So, first down AIC as Cone got just enough to get the first down. Trips left. Single receiver right. Somewhat stacked are the trips. Handoff to Cone. Up the middle. Finds a yard maybe. Gets to the 15. Call it close to the 16. .450 to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9. Eagles still have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, trailing by 1. So can't just put the ball in your pocket here, but 4-minute drill time for AIC. Eagles need to get off the field again. Snap. Hands it off to Cone again. Goes up the middle for 5. Gets to the 20. 3rd and call it 3.5. Third and 3.5. Eagles would be wise to get a stop here, but still plenty of time left, so not absolute. 3:45 to go in the fourth. 28-27 AIC. Single receiver left, twins to the right. You'd almost assuredly think they're going to hand it off and wouldn't be surprised to see Dietz taking himself. Snap is high and short. Dietz looks on the reverse, but doesn't fool anybody. Trying to get him before he gets to the first down marker. He's out of bounds, and he's going to be short. I think he's short on the reverse to Scooby Hicks. He is out of bounds at the 20, and he is short at the 21. That's 4th and 3. Great job in particular by Antoine Walden, who was not fooled at all. When they pitched it to Hicks, Walden was right there. Hicks got around Walden but had no room on the sideline, and Walden pushed him out of bounds. As much as he tried to tightrope it, couldn't stay in bounds, and a great play by Antoine Walden. And the Eagles will get the ball back here late in the fourth quarter, trailing by 1. Last snap was bad. Fonseca got tackled at the 10. Eagles unable to capitalize because they fumbled on their own, but here's another opportunity here. Snap is much better. Fonseca takes it, gets the kickoff. It has 0 spin, dives, but takes an AIC bounce into Eagle territory right at the 48-yard line, where the Eagles will take over with 2:13 to go in the fourth quarter. So 3 timeouts for the Eagles and the 2-minute warning. And just in case we don't get a chance to say it, folks, we thank everybody who's listened and watched this year to Post-University Football, their first official season in the NE10 Conference, the 3rd year overall. We thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed all of the broadcasts on the football side. and look forward to being back here next season for another season of post-university football. But this game isn't over. Eagles trail by 1 with the ball, 2:13 to go. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. Snap, hands off to Emmanuel, goes up the middle, hits one of his own offensive linemen, but still pushes forward for close to 5. Is Isaiah Emmanuel, and that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Second and close to 6 after the 4.5-yard run by Emmanuel. Ball inside AIC territory as we hit the 2-minute warning. And this 2-minute warning brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey to women's basketball, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Whether a student, a parent, or a fan, for more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, please go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Eagles trailing by 1. Ball on the AIC side of the field, second and call it 5.5. Eagles just had a golden opportunity, first and goal from the 10, but fumbled the ball away on Malachi Taylor's fumble on the off-tackle sweep. But they got the ball back by playing defense and now have a 2nd and 5. 3 timeouts still for the Eagles, 2 minutes even to go in the fourth quarter. Receivers on both sides, 2 each. Taylor all alone in the shotgun. Snap to Taylor. AIC shows blitz. Wide receiver screen caught by Tracy. 4 flags thrown by a variety of different people. Line judge, back judge, side judge, umpire, all threw flags. I wonder if they all had the same call, but let's see. Pass interference on Ramon Calderon, so that took a first down away, and 2nd and 5 becomes 2nd and 21, or 20, on the pass interference by Ramon Calderon. And sometimes you can argue that, but when 4 different officials throw the flag, it's hard to say one guy's opinion was wrong when 4 different officials across the field threw flags. You don't see that often, by the way, just for the record. Usually it's 1 official, maybe 2. Literally 4 different officials threw flags. So that pushes the Eagles back in the old shooting yourself in the foot game. And now the Eagles are at their own 38-yard line. They need the AIC 42 for a first down, but 2nd and 20. 2nd and 19, actually. I'm sorry. Twins on both sides. Snap to Taylor. Throws it quickly. Caught by Yeldell. Gain 7. So, smart play. Gets it to 3rd and 13. At the 45. Again, they need the 42 of AIC. And he got out of bounds. That stopped the clock as well. So you don't want to turn the ball over or give it back to AIC, but you still do have 3 timeouts if for some reason that does happen. Trips to the left, single receiver right. Taylor in the shotgun with Emmanuel next to him, takes the snap, looks left, throws it to the left. It is out of bounds as Yeldell tried to keep his foot in and he didn't catch it anyway. And that makes 4th and 13 from the 48-yard line. Fourth and 13. Twin receivers to the left. Call it trips, actually. Single receiver right. Emmanuel next to Taylor to his right in the shotgun on 4th and 13. AIC blitzes. Throws it up the middle. It is picked over the middle at the 38-yard line. And returned to midfield and a little bit more is number 10, Chris Chasia. No flags on the field. And unnecessary taunting and classless by Tyson Thornton, the senior out of Springfield, Massachusetts. For a team that's won 3 games all season, they've sure been taunting a lot. And the game is far from over. But see if there's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And then a horrific, they're going to call it on Zachary Jones, even though the taunting came from AIC. Tyson Thornton was the one who did the taunting. Zachary Jones is the one who threw a punch at him. So they get the reaction and ignore the instigator. Game is not over. Eagles still have 3 timeouts left in the game and 1:18 in the fourth quarter. So game is not over. Zachary Jones' day is over as he's been ejected. The officiating has been, and again, I don't say this in either direction, for both ways has been poor. Calls have been questionable on both sides and confusing. Handoff to Cone up the middle. Eagles need to stop him and call the timeout. At some point, the officials might want to blow the whistle. Gain of 1 for Cone. Don't know why, again. Both ways the officiating has been questionable today. Still unclear what happened on the last AIC drive where they were 3rd and 6 and all of a sudden it was 2nd and 19 again. When it was never 2nd and 19. Zero explanation to the crowd and up here in the broadcast center. And multiple times today these officials have taken long conferences to try to figure out what's going on. So, tough job. Not going to tell you it's not, but, very challenging to say the least today with 1:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Eagles still have 2 timeouts, 2nd and 9. Again, Division II no man's land right here. First down wins the game for AIC, but almost assuredly 4 plays, and then the Eagles are going to have to figure out a way to get into field goal range if they can do it, trailing by 1. But been the story of their home schedule. Again, outside of the loss to Bentley 2 weeks ago where they got beaten by 33, every other game has been 1 possession other than the win that they had, which was by 17. But all the other games have been 1 possession. Twins to the right. Cone in the backfield almost surely taking the snap, and he gets it. He tries to go up the middle. He bounces off the sideline, goes off tackle. I think he's got enough for a first down, and he does, and that should do it. Technically, they probably can get the ball back if all things break equal, but 59.8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. One time. I don't think they do, but let's see. First and 10. Ball at the 14-yard line. And listen, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty a moment ago doesn't really affect where we are in the game anyway. Even if this ball was pushed 30 yards further back, they still got the first down, and it's the same sort of play. But, again, the officials woefully missing the taunting by Tyson Thornton, who's been talking all game for reasons I'm not really clear on a 3-6 football team. But either way, AIC is going to win the game. Downs the ball. Eagles do not call timeout, so that's going to do it. I don't even think if you could call the timeout it would work because it's first down. So AIC will win their 3rd in a row, barring something strange on the last play. Move to 4-6 overall and 3-4 in conference. Eagles will fall to 1-9 overall and 0-8 in conference. They will go winless in their first NE10 conference season and end the year on a 9-game losing streak after the season started with a win and so much promise, losing on a Hail Mary 2 weeks later, then losing by 2 at home. Easily could be 3-0. And again, these teams, again, for a team that's 4-6, AIC have been talking a lot of trash. But that's it. That's the ball game, folks. The final score here, AIC 28, Post 27 on the season finale. As I mentioned, Post falls to 1-9, 0-8 in the NE10 in their inaugural season. They'll go winless in the NE10. AIC moves to 4-6 overall, 3-4 in the NE10. We thank you for joining us this season, first in the NE10 for the Eagles. We look forward to seeing you back here in 2025, where the Eagles will start again, looking for their first winning season in program history and continuing to move forward as a program. I'm Jeff Nelson. We'll see you on the men's hockey side in a couple days. Well, I'll be there in a couple days, but 4:30 down in Hamden's today's hockey game down in Hamden today. So join us on the CACC network and YouTube.com for an NE10 conference battle on the hockey side. Coach Pete Whitney and whoever's filling in for me down there. But thank you very much. I'm Jeff Nelson. We'll see you for the 2025 season of football. Thanks a lot, and good night.